worship you for me. Lift it up. Here's my worship, all of my worship. Receive my worship, all of my worship. Here's my worship, all of my worship. Father, receive my worship, all of my worship.
Citi 97.3. More variety.
And no one worship you for me. For all the things you've done for me. And no one can worship you for me. Come on, let's sing it out in this place. Here's my worship. Say all of my worship. Receive my worship. All I have I give to you. All of my worship. Receive it all. Here's my worship. Say all of my worship. Oh God, receive it all. Receive my worship. Say all of my worship. Hey, here it is. Here's my worship. Say all of my worship. Receive my worship. Say all of my worship. Hey, here it is. Here's my worship. All of my God, receive it all. Say all of my Say I will, and I will not be silent. I will always worship you. As long as I am breathing, I will always worship you. Saying I will not be silent. Say I will always worship you. Say as long as I am breathing. Say I will Hey, let's take it up in this place. And I will not be silent. Say I will always worship you. Say as long as I am breathing. Say I will
28 minutes past the hour of 6, and I will certainly not be silent. I will always worship you. As long as I am breathing, I will worship you. Here's my worship.
Father, here's my sacrifice.
Use your mouth to declare and be justified. It says, I'm the Lord thy God. Open your mouth wide and I will fill it. Fill your mouth with praise. Declare and be justified. Words are not just to communicate, they're also to create. Speak what you want to see. Life and death are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruit thereof. Learn to use your mouth to make the right declaration. Don't be like the men who saw themselves as grasshoppers, and because of what they saw, they declared what they saw, and certainly became grasshoppers in the sight of the enemy. Be like Joshua and Caleb. It says these people are minced meat for us. It's not just calling a bluff, it's actually saying what you believe. So it says, as long as I am breathing, I will not be silent. My mouth is a tool for creation. I'll use it to declare and be justified in the sight of God. Learn to speak truth. Speak truth to power. Speak truth to yourself. Speak truth to situations. It says, you shall say to this mountain, be thou removed and cast into the sea. And if you do not doubt what you say, you will have it. And so let's learn to use our mouth to resize our experiences, to shape our possibilities. Powerful song, powerful song. Phil Thompson with 6:30 City Breakfast Show for our youth customers at Access Bank. Spend 500 cedis or more with any Visa card and qualify for a reward. The more you deposit, the higher your chance of winning. We're calling you into the Faketo Abeji Kesia promo. This promo runs from now to September 2025 in partnership with NLE on the Caritas Lottery platform. Go to ghana.accessbankplc.com or call 0800 004400. Access Bank, more than banking. This is the Citi Breakfast Show. Today is Tuesday, the 24th day of June. And from the dreams of youth to the ambitions of adulthood, wherever you are on your journey, starting a career, building a family, growing a business, or planning your future, we are here for you. We are here for your journey. Every goal deserves a chance to flourish with hard work, dedication, and a strong belief in yourself. The seed of greatness is within reach. So trust in the journey and understand that Fidelity Bank is with you every step of the way. Together, let's turn our dreams into reality. We are here for your journey. Fidelity Bank, believe with us. And on the wings of that, we bring you the Newswire Review segment with Richard Elaskai and Caleb Yao V. Yao Che Kuda. Oh Lord have mercy. What are the chances that the two colleagues of mine on the show were both born on a Thursday?
Yes.
And not only that, they are the junior Yao in their family.
Yes.
So there's Yao and Yao Che.
Yes.
Meaning that there's either an older Yao, a big brother, or a twin brother, or possibly even a father who is a Yao. So that's a powerful thing to behold. We'll come back with the newspaper review segment on the Citi Breakfast Show. Stay with us.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
All right, so 6:33, still reeling from the amazing attendance at the Agri Fair and working with our partners to sustain the gains. But this morning we're jumping into the newspaper review segment with a number of news headlines Richard Alaska, good morning.
Good morning, my brother. How's it going?
Always good to see you.
Good
and
man.
Caleb Kuda,
Good morning, sir.
how are you doing?
Very well, thank you. Good
What
to
are
see
the
you.
papers saying?
Well, the papers are saying for graphic, for example, flag bearer primary, NPP MPs must remain neutral. This is Minority Leader Chieftaincy Bonsu and Arthur Kennedy sharing their views.
Former.
Former. Thank you so
Actually,
much.
So all three of them are coached in the
So
Yes,
minority
so
leader,
Minority Leader
Chieftaincy Bonsu, Arthur Kennedy.
share views.
Correct.
Great. And then Gold PLC posts 84.7 million Ghana cedi profit. Quash order to restore Ni Adama Lache II. This is Ni Taketru urging the Supreme Court. And G-Tech scrutinizes honorary doctorate titles. Guarantee Trust Bank Ghana changes logo. Okay.
Let me take you to the Chronicle. The big story says Galamsey menace. Ghana is heading towards doom. Presby pastor warns. His photograph is here on the front page. Also, police bust car thieves in Kumasi. They are all Nigerians, we're told. And National Security retrieves 83 ECG cable drums in Kumasi.
Daily Guide, 5 Nigerians arrested for car theft in Kumasi. That's here as well.
Nigerians.
Oh, Nigerians.
Yes, the way it's spelled, it can confuse you.
Right. Thanks for the clarity. I appreciate it. NPP flag bearer raised Baumia Ken clash over leadership, and in Afijai Kwabre South, MC's house has been set ablaze. We're told U.S. Embassy warns Ghanaians over visa violation.
Let me take you to the Ghanaian Times. 1 billion Ghana cedis to retool security agencies. President Mahama announces that, and there's a check that he's holding here. Seems to be an NIB check. The IGP is smiling. Also, task force cracks down on illegal miners in central and eastern regions. They have confiscated 12 excavators and other machines. Also, government earmarks 40 million Ghana cedis as seed funding for fledgling public universities. This is according to Haruna Idrisu, the Minister for Education. And 2.5 million girls to receive HPV vaccine beginning September. This is according to the Ghana Health Service.
Economy Times. BOG reaffirms macroeconomic improvement is driving cedi gains amid IMF concerns. Ghana makes fresh moves to expand its African export markets as baseline US tariffs implementation looms, and Ghana's agro-processing revolution stakeholders share concerns.
Let me take you to the National Enquirer. Ghana to become West Africa's assembling hub with Chinese support. This is quoting Julius Debra, the Chief of Staff. MPA briefs the Energy Committee of Parliament, and the Fisheries Minister announces strategic war against fishes. Well, why would they announce a strategic war against fishes?
I think maybe it's illegal fishing of fish. Maybe the ink finished. before
The New Republic this morning, Kevin Ochre in $90 million oil, quote-unquote Sakawa. G-Tech boss Jennifer hijacks college pies. Chief of Staff rolls out red carpet for investors as Ghana eyes Chinese billions. Shatawale ignites firestorm, threatens FBI exposure against Kwame Despite, and bouts over fugitive Oforiata. OSP Manasseh back at Jampo's illicit calls, quote-unquote.
Let me take you to the Overseer. Conflicted endorsement. Same MMDC's back brand 237, Baumia 220, and Kennedy 190. This is overvoting. Also on the profit this morning, GJ election petition filed over bloated register. Proxy vote scheme also being questioned. And some other stories here, including this one that says tour to resume operations by October 2025, according to the managing director.
Sharp. The catalyst Agotime Petoi 2025 Kente Festival. Kete Festival launched. That's a big one we're looking forward to. From Professor Jampo to NPP's Gabi, you can praise Mahama all you want, but we will take back our money. I don't know what Jampo knows, but he's speaking here. And Kalsum Scenario, a star from screen to diplomacy, exposing the flaws in Manasseh Azuri's contradictory political commentary. That's here as well.
And finally, from me, the business analyst says Fish Solutions warns of rapid erosion of Ghana's reserves if gold prices decline. Also on the front page, NMC Executive Secretary rates GJ President over 90%
Whoa.
and back second term bid.
Come on.
And then also GJ membership ID card ready this week. Really?
Okay.
Where's mine?
But the good news is we're told that there's a ceasefire. So a sigh of relief for Ghana as global oil prices begin to drop after Trump announces Iran-Israeli ceasefire.
Meanwhile, Channel 1 TV has a number of headlines. Constituencies must study MPP's post-election report to prepare for next election. This is Patrick Buama.
Yep.
He says we would have done better if we had listened to Ghanaians, speaking on the point of view yesterday. In other stories, MPP to open presidential nomination before end of July, according to Haruna Mohammed. Meanwhile, we are told ex-MMDCEs are supporting Dr. Baumia. They are led by one Ebenezer Doku. And then we go to citynewsroom.com. They are also leading with MPP-related stories, including Patrick Buama's interview on the point of view yesterday, where he's been talking about what happened after 2024 election. He says MPP has lost its strong leadership culture. He also says let's fix the party before choosing a flag bearer. Lots of stories there on NPP matters. In other stories, John Jinapo inaugurates governing board of VRA. Every baby in the UK to receive DNA testing. And then if you go to myjournline.com, there's an interesting article. No one knows who funds our president's campaigns. Yamusaku Ongana's opaque democracy. And then Baumia's camp is creating false sense of support with state endorsements. This is Kwesi Kwating of the Kennedy Japan campaign. And of course, the global story, we are all heaving a sigh of relief.
Yes.
Bloomberg News says Netanyahu confirms Israel has agreed to ceasefire with Iran.
That's right.
Iran says that they have not agreed to anything.
Until Israel stops what they are doing. Meanwhile, oil prices have falling on Israel-Iran truce. Ghana is looking closely at that situation.
Very so.
Because the little economic gains we've made could be derailed if those people decide to go into full-blown war. BBC is also leading with that. Israel agrees to ceasefire with Iran as Trump tells both countries do not violate it. And there's an interesting article that a Russia war could cost the world $1.5 trillion. So we have to pray that Russia doesn't escalate what is happening. It says Putin going to war with NATO would cost the world $1.5 trillion. Yourself, you will suffer. Let's get into the details, gentlemen.
So the flag bearer primary, NPP MPs on that, NPP MPs must remain neutral. Quotes coming from the minority leader, the former minority leader, and Arthur Kennedy. Samuel Durdu and Nana Kunedu Ajman have written for Daily Graphic. The minority leader, Alexander Afenyo Markin, has advised members of the New Patriotic Party caucus in Parliament to remain neutral to foster a sense of unity among the rank and file after the party's post-flag bearer elections on January 31, 2026. He said, as members of Parliament, they were supposed to toe the middle ground, hold the party together, and not take sides openly. Quote, my view is that we should be very neutral in all this so that after the primary, we can bring all sides on board and be the advocates for peace. The minority leader told Daily Graphic in an exclusive interview. Others were quoted for this.
Let me give you a related story. Yeah, 3 stories here. Let's fix the party before choosing a flag bearer. Patrick Buama speaking on the point of view yesterday. MP for Kankwe Central, Patrick Buama, has issued a strong warning to the MPP leadership and rank and file, cautioning against rushing to elect a flag bearer before addressing the deep-rooted challenges within the party. An interview on the point of view yesterday, the MP criticized what he described as a misplaced focus on the flag bearer ambitions at a time when the party is yet to recover from a significant loss of public trust following the 2024 general elections. He then goes on to ask President Kufuor and President Akufo-Addo to call MPP to order. So in the same interview, he emphasized that the involvement of the 2 former leaders who command respect and authority within the party could be pivotal in easing tensions and refocusing the party on its core values. Then he also goes on to say Kufuor is deeply worried about MPP's current state, and he says the last time he met President Kufuor, he asked, how is the party? He is worried about the state of the party. That I can tell you for free. I saw him on Friday at the late Justice Barigbe's funeral. The first question he will ask you is, how is the party front? Because it's the party that made him. It is the party that he must be worried about. Bernard, he said. I know I'm quoting, they will know Kufuor talks like that. So a lot of MPP stories on the front pages as well. Sky.
And still related to the matter you just raised, we go to the overseer, conflicted endorsements, the story on page 3. Says the race for the new Patriotic Party flag bearer slot ahead of the 2026 internal elections took a significant turn this week as former metropolitan, municipal, and district chief executives declared their support for key contenders, signaling shifting loyalties and growing momentum within the party. Now, in what is being described as the most visible wave of endorsements since the party's reorganization efforts began, 237 former MMDCEs have thrown their weight behind Dr. Brian Achampong, Member of Parliament for the Abetifi constituency.
Okay.
Meanwhile, 220 declared their support for Vice President Dr. Mahaboud Bawumia, and 190 backed former MP for Asin Central, Kennedy Ohini Japan.
So how many ex-MCs do we have?
That is the question. Now, the endorsements reflect the high stakes and complex alliances shaping the MPP's internal race. Now, Dr. Brian Champong's lead among the former MMDCs shows that he's growing in his influence. Maybe they've taken it from Kufuor's years.
Well, there's a number of related stories. Ex-MDCs are perpetrating political prostitution, according to a political analyst who was interviewed on Eyewitness News yesterday. It's called Asante Ochre. A political analyst has accused the group of 2020 former MMCEs of engaging in what he describes as political prostitution. His remarks follow the back of what you just read. And then there's another one that I want to bring you. If you go to myjournalline.com, Kwesi Kwarteng, who speaks for Kennedy Japan, is accusing Dr. Bawumia's camp of false sense of support with what he describes as staged endorsements in his view. So a lot of stories from the MPP. Let's move to other issues.
I want to bring you fuel-related matters,
Yes.
Bernard. There is sufficient fuel to last beyond 2 months. NPA CEO assures the country. This is on the back page of Daily Graphic. And Nana Konedo Ajiman is writing from St. that the country has sufficient fuel reserves to last beyond 2 months. The acting chief executive officer, CEO of the NPA, Godwin Ediji Tamakla, said. He said, currently, there were over 200 million liters of petrol and 150 million liters of diesel available. I can assure the good people of Ghana that we have enough stock to last us beyond 2 months, and with all efforts, we are confident that we will not have any problem with supply disruptions at all.
Meanwhile,
Let's
there's
stay with energy.
a good story. A sigh of relief for Ghana as global oil prices begin to drop after Trump announces Iran-Israel ceasefire. This is the High Street Journal analysis. Basically says global oil prices fell sharply after President Trump announced a ceasefire between the two countries. The development offers relief for Ghana, potentially lowering fuel prices, easing inflation, and reducing economic pressure from energy imports. You've heard the full details here, Sky.
Okay, staying with energy, if you go to the Chronicle, page 7, National Security retrieves 83 cables belonging to the ECG in Kumasi, and the story by Richard Owusu Achao in Kumasi says the mystery surrounding the missing electricity company of Ghana cables appears far from resolved, as 83 drams of cables believed to belong to the state-owned power distributor have been retrieved from a warehouse at Asokore Mampong. Now, the discovery, the Chronicle has gathered, followed a tip-off that led operatives of the National Security in Kumasi, their secretariat there, to retrieve the cables from a private storage facility. Now, the seized cables, according to the paper, are currently being kept under heavy guard at the Ashanti Regional Coordinating Council. Now, Bernard, I just wanted to draw your attention to a story still concerning Kumasi, where we are told that police bust car thieves in Kumasi and the suspects are all...
Yeah, give me the details of that story. I think it was on the news yesterday.
So the story basically says that the Ashanti Regional Police Intelligence Directorate has made a significant breakthrough in dismantling a criminal syndicate responsible for a series of targeted vehicle thefts across the Kumasi metropolis. Now, DCOP Mr. Emmanuel Tekujo, the Ashanti Regional Police Commander, at the press briefing in Kumasi, explained that over the past few months, his outfit had received numerous reports involving individuals who, after withdrawing large sums of money from financial institutions, were trailed and had their vehicle broken into. Now, these thefts typically occurred when victims left their vehicles unattended. They disclosed that the perpetrators are often using Toyota Highlander vehicles to gain access to the vehicles using either master keys or forcibly breaking into the vehicles. And the details of the gentlemen who have been arrested in connection with the alleged crime have been published.
But there are two stories of interest in the new republic that I'd like to bring to you. And we also East Forest Reserve under siege. Military allegedly protecting illegal miners. The headline is as clear as it gets. And beggars back to the streets as immigration repatriation efforts stalled. Prince Ahinkra writes for the new republic that just weeks after a much touted operation by the Ghana Immigration Service cleared thousands of foreign beggars from across streets, the capital is witnessing a disheartening resurgence of the very problem it sought to eradicate. The bustling hubs of Circle, Graphic Road, and the stretch from Kaneshi to Accra are once again teeming with foreign nationals openly engaged in street begging, raising serious questions about the effectiveness and sustainability of the GIS's efforts.
Well, if you go to the Chronicle, they have an editorial that is commending the AMA for its decongestion consistency, talking about this very matter. But Bernard, I want to take you to the Western region, if I may. Still in the Chronicle, page 5. Western Region Minister Chiefs want revival of the rail sector, something we've been talking about. The Western Regional Minister, Joseph Nelson, has noted that dilapidated Western Rail lines and challenges in developing a rail infrastructure do not only threaten the region's transportation network but also hinder community development. Now, speaking at a stakeholders development retreat organized by the minister together with the Western Region Coordinating Council and attended by chiefs, businessmen and major stakeholders, Minister Nelson unveiled his vision for the rail sector for the region, a revamped rail sector that is capable of transporting bulk goods like bauxite, timber, cocoa, and manganese. Apparently, the chiefs are also in support.
Let me stay in the Western region.
The Western regional rail sector.
Now, the Channel 1 News is reporting that Wase Kropon police arrest 23 in major anti-Galamsey operation. Julia now Damian Santis is reporting that the Ghana Police Service arrested 23 people in an anti-Galamsey operation in the Western in the Wase Kropon district of Western region. The arrest follows a series of coordinated intelligence-driven operations targeting illegal mining hotspots across the area. During the crackdown, police stormed locations along the Wase Kropon, Japa, Dadieso stretch where the suspects were rounded up. Now, the operation was later extended to Obing Mining Group site in Wasa Japa, resulting in the disabling of 64 Shangfang machines used for illegal mining. At Wasa Dominance, police teams moved swiftly on a tip-off regarding illicit mining activities near 2 fuel stations and energy oil along the Agona Amenfi Jedua Kesi junction. So, Charlie, the Galamsey and the if you look at the pictures,
they are horrifying.
You know, it's really, really troubling.
We have a similar story on page 11 of the Ghanaian Times, which says task force cracks down on illegal miners in central and eastern regions.
Okay.
And the story by a Times reporter says that under the cloak of pre-dawn darkness, the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat last Tuesday launched another ruthless assault against illegal miners, this time in the heart of the central region. Now, the task force confiscated 8 excavators and handed them over to the Asin North District Assembly. It also destroyed a makeshift camp of the fleeing illegal miners, destroyed a generator, pumping machine, and an ID card belonging to one Kobina Timothy. And that was also retrieved from the spot, according to a report that the Ghanaian Times received from there. It goes on to tell you about what.
So this is Eastern and
Central and Eastern region.
And then the Wase Kropon is Western. So you have 3 regions where Galamsey activities are being cracked down on.
But to some chieftaincy issues, Daily Graphic, page 13, Justice Agbenosi writes, Kosh order to restore Ni Adama Lache II. Now, King Taki Teko True II has filed an application at the Supreme Court to quash the order directed at the National House of Chiefs in Kumasi to restore Ni Taki Adama Lache II onto the National Register of Chiefs as the Ga Manche. In a certiorari application, Ni Teko True also wants the Apex Court to set aside the judgment of the Court of Appeal, which upheld the High Court's ruling, which first gave the order in November 2021 for Ni Adama Lache's name to be restored in the register.
Meanwhile, the Chronicles page 2 says Ni Yaute Utoga II demands restoration of Ni Taki Adama Lache's name to Register of Chiefs. So this is basically on the back of the earlier ruling, which is being now challenged by the story just read. So a faction of the Gamanche dispute led by Ni Yaute Utoga II, the Gajasiche, clad in striking red attire, has called on both the National and Greater Accra Regional Houses of Chiefs to respect a unanimous Court of Appeal ruling delivered on June 12, 2025 by immediately restoring the name of Ni Taki Adama Lache to the National Register of Chiefs as a legitimate Ga Manche.
Oh, okay. Well, we take you back to the Ghanaian Times. There's a story on page 1.
Yeah.
Page 21, actually, talking about girls to receive some vaccination. That story was in the news yesterday.
Okay.
But we did not bring it to you on this platform. So I want to take you quickly to that story, Bernard. It's an important story because of the implications for the health of our girls.
All right.
Now, the story says it's by Abigail Ano. About 2.5 million girls aged 9 to 14 years across the country are expected to receive the human papilloma virus vaccine starting September this year. The Ghana Health Service has announced. Now, this rollout follows Ghana's receipt of its first consignment of 441,860 doses of the HPV vaccine, which is aimed at protecting young girls against cervical cancer, a preventable but widespread disease in our country. Now, currently, cervical cancer is the second most common cancer and a leading cause of cancer-related deaths among women in Ghana, claiming the lives of about 2,800 women annually. So it's important that we audit the vaccines properly and that we go out there as women and girls.
Let me give you quickly fisheries. Marine canoe artisanal fishers exempt from the 2025 close season. Fisheries Minister Emilia Arthur has been speaking during the announcement of this year's close season, set to commence on July 1. And she says marine canoe artisanal fishers will be exempted from the 2025 close fishing season as part of measures to mitigate the potential threat of the exercise on the livelihoods of coastal communities. The close season forms part of government's efforts to, among other things, safeguard the sustainability of the country's marine resources. The sector minister, however, added that the exemption does not absolve artisanal fishers from complying with other traditional and statutory fishing regulations. So that's a good one there.
Well, the Enquirer's version says Fisheries Minister announces strategic war against fishes. So we want to watch the battle of
Strategic war. I think the paper got the headline wrong.
The Battle of Adapianu. There was initial jubilation in the ocean yesterday as the news was read among the fishes.
There's the new ECOWAS chairman. Sierra Leone's president has been elected. He'll be taking over from Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Nigeria's president. And the new chairman of ECOWAS is Julius Madabio. So he's the new chairman.
I want to highlight a quick feature on page 14 of the Chronicle. Ghana's road safety crisis. Why a 0.05% blood alcohol limit is urgent. I like this article. It's talking about the relationship between alcoholism and drink driving and the effects on people on the roads. And then, of course, Israel has agreed to ceasefire with Iran as Trump tells both countries not to violate it. This is the BBC lead story with a photo of devastation on both sides of the conflict. Hopefully, the two countries would adhere to this and would have some peace.
Fred Tetejabano has an interesting article you may want to check out. Lawful, but is it helpful? A biblical lens on MPP's early presidential primaries.
All things are lawful, but not all things are expedient. Let's go to the Bible to decipher. Thank you, Fred, for that. That was the newspaper review. Coming up next is the City Business News.
My body, when you wake up in the morning and you know the money calling, oh, you go work, but you know it's out in your side. If I believe with us, if I hold my hand and believe, oh, cause you know it's out in your side. And when you dream, no say I live for you. And when you hustle every day, when you wanna go, anything you do, I live for you. When you want, if I believe I live your side, fidelity. If I believe with us, fidelity. If I know I live your side, fidelity.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Google me. At what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I don't change my car. It be the same, right? It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want fuel if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. total. And what they boss my mind self be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open there.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why you hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make a feel the gobe too small.
The go.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
City Business News is next with EcoBank. You can dial *770# the new EcoBank Money Emergency number, which gives you instant access to loans, funds transfers, utility payments, airtime and data purchases, and so much more, even without data. So there's no need to panic when you find yourself in any money emergency. Dial *770# now for solutions to your money emergencies from EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. And of course, MTN's eSIM is asking you to go seamless with MTN. Enjoy the convenience of connecting multiple phone numbers to one single phone or device. To check if your device is compatible, simply dial *06#. Once you receive an EID number, it means your phone or device is compatible. Simply download my MTN app today to request your MTN eSIM and enjoy the sweet seamless life everywhere you go. So Nila Tilat is joining us with the business news. Good morning.
Good morning, Bernard. Welcome to Tuesday morning. This is the breakfast edition of City Business News on 97.3 City FM, proudly brought to you by MTN, Goil and EcoBank. Coming up, we are not complacent despite gains in inflation and reserve accumulation. That's the governor of the Bank of Ghana talking. We'll be hearing from him this morning. Also, business community demands sustained investor-friendly climate as government pushes for more investment opportunities with other trade partners. Plus, Exim Bank considering partnership with City FM and Channel 1 TV for a national agro-processing fair following a successful Agri fair over the weekend. I am Ni Latte. Many thanks for your time. Details now. First story. The Bank of Ghana is maintaining a focused strategy even as inflation trends downwards and external reserves improve. Its governor, Dr. Johnson Isiama, says the central bank is taking decisive steps to correct its financial position, including tightening internal expenditure and adopting an effective reserve management approach. He spoke at the Ghana Association of Banks Industry Thought Leadership event, where he signaled that sustaining macroeconomic stability will require a coordinated stance of fiscal prudence and monetary discipline.
Truth is that macroeconomic stability is never given. It is earned, and earned through discipline, through credibility, and through timely reforms. So at the Bank of Ghana, we have recommitted to these principles. With inflation now below 19%, and we expect inflation to go down to below 12% by the end of the year, our international reserves are improving, and the cedi showing relative stability. We are cautiously optimistic, but we are not complacent. The bank is pursuing three imperatives to anchor our credibility. And the first is to rebuild our own balance sheet through strict expenditure controls and prudent reserve management. Second, we are refining our monetary policy toolkits, including the deployment of forward guidance and improved liquidity forecasting.
That was Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Johnson Isiama. Now, traders are asking government to maintain policy consistency and a stable business environment to boost investor confidence and attract long-term foreign investment. This call comes on the heels of a renewed government appeal to Chinese investors to consider Ghana as a preferred investment destination. The traders say while such investments are crucial, sustained effort is needed to ensure a predictable, enabling climate for both local and foreign businesses to thrive. Here's more in this report by Citi Business News' Daniel Odu-Mensah.
China remains Ghana's largest trading partner and a key source of foreign investment, with bilateral trade volume reaching $11.84 billion in 2024. While Ghana mainly exports raw materials to China, it imports a wide range of manufactured goods. Speaking at the ongoing Ghana-China Business Summit in Accra, GUTA President Joseph Obing urged the government to be deliberate in building and sustaining a favorable investment climate that will continue to attract Chinese investors.
We have to do everything also to create the space for businesses. That's why we call on government to create the industrial part. Most of the business community, the traders and all that, we all want to migrate into manufacturing. But where are we going to put our machinery? We need these spaces more and more and more so that it can be easier for us. Sometimes the location of business, where to site it, and the cost involved in building the pavilion alone can discourage one.
Meanwhile, the Abosokan Spare Parts Dealers Association has called on the government to collaborate with its Chinese counterparts to develop more renewable energy sources, particularly to support the growing electric vehicle industry. Techiado is the head of communications for the association.
Ghana is going to experience a lot of infrastructure. When I talk infrastructure, the energy vehicle. But the question is, do you have facilities? Do you have infrastructure? Where is your charging point? Because all this we need to get at least this charging point become everybody to get this access in your house. If you want to buy this vehicle, have the points, have the charging system, have the way you can charge your vehicle in your house, so that it will encourage everybody. So as the president says, you want to encourage them. That's the best thing to do to encourage them. So we also want partner them and build the economy. That's what, because Ghana, we need to move from this vehicle to energy. The new energy is the best thing to do. Go to China, their Uber, their taxi, it's electric vehicle.
Techiado, head of communications for the Abosokan Spare Parts Dealers Association, ending that report filed by Citi Business News' Daniel Odu-Mensah. Next, the Ghana Export-Import Bank, Exim Bank, has hinted of plans to partner Citi FM and Channel 1 TV to organize an agro-processing fair in the coming months. This is to showcase locally manufactured agricultural equipment and innovations by Ghanaian scientists and engineers who have developed agro-processing machines to support industrial-scale farming and value addition. It is on the back of the successful just-ended 3-day agri-fair organized by Channel 1 TV. CEO of Exim Bank, Sylvester Mensah, says the bank will support local innovation to promote, commercialize and scale up Ghana-made agricultural technologies.
We are thinking of another exhibition. We have had conversations with Channel 1 TV and Citi FM and other collaborators, public sector collaborators, to have an agro-processing fair, which will not be food, but equipment and implements that are manufactured locally. The CSIR, the Kwame Nkrumah University, our polytechnics, gratis, and all those involved in this innovative industrial sector and the production of equipment and implements would also have an opportunity to exhibit what they have. Our farmers need to know what is available locally.
That's Sylvester Mensah, CEO, Exim Bank. Away from that, Action Aid Ghana is advising the government to step up effort to curb illicit financial flows to unlock more resources for national development. Plugging leakages in public finances, according to the CSO, would reduce the country's over-reliance on borrowing and create more room for more equitable investment in key sectors. Country Director of Action Aid Ghana, John Nkwa, is also proposing that multilateral loans such as those from the IMF and World Bank be directed into productive sectors to spur job creation and inclusive economic growth.
Government and key stakeholders should block the loopholes in illicit financial flows. We should work and support government in its clamp down on corruption and ensure that all those monies are available for development financing. And thirdly, we are making a clear point that government needs to be intentional with its bilateral and multilateral donors such as the IMF, the World Bank, to ensure that the loans that come into Ghana are invested in a more productive, sustainable way. Locally led brood initiatives such as schools, such as hiring of more.
That was John Nkwao, Country Director of Action Aid Ghana. Moving on, businesses must fully embrace financial technology as a core strategy for growth, inclusion, and competitiveness. Fintech industry players say is a game changer in terms of how people live, transact, and access financial services, especially in developing economies like Ghana. The adoption of digital payment systems, mobile finance tools, and embedded financial services is enabling even the smallest businesses to scale up operations and reach wider markets. Let's hear from President of the Ghana Fintech and Payments Association, Martin Kwame Awaga, on week 4 of the Citi Business Festival 2025 on-air series.
So currently we have in Ghana, for instance, or across the world in Africa, we have a thriving youthful population. Okay. And this population basically makes a chunk of the entire spectrum of individuals in the world or in Africa. Now, these people are tech savvy. They are not really interested in, long processes and all that. For instance, going to the bank. So I'm going to give you some practical insights. Now, these are people who always want things at their fingertips. Okay. So then, with this understanding, we can attest to the fact that they want things easy and fast. And that is what fintechs bring to the fore. Speed, trust, and confidence. So they want the trust, they want the speed in the industry, and they want the confidence.
Martin Kwame Awaga is president of the Ghana Fintech and Payments Association. You can catch the full conversation with him on how fintech is changing the business landscape at 9 a.m. on the Citi Breakfast Show and 10 a.m. on Channel 1 TV. The Citi Business Festival 2025 is powered by 97.3 Citi FM and Channel 1 TV with support from Absa Bank, MTN Business, and Zonda Tech Ghana Limited. Finally, TCL is ramping up its targets on innovation, particularly the integration of artificial intelligence across its product range as it expands deeper into the African market. At the company's 2025 West Africa Regional Launch in Accra, General Manager of TCL Middle East and Africa Business Group, Sunny Young, noted that the company is committed to delivering cutting-edge smart technology that improves everyday living experiences.
We have to create the value. We create the value for our partner and our consumer as well. Now, TCL is focused on the AI technology that is not only for one product, that is the whole range of products like our TV and our AC as well. So that is the technology we are focusing on. So I also would like to share some key performance with you. You see, as up to now, you see from our TV ranking, we are globally export for top 2, number 2, and AC as well. So that's all the achievement. Of course, is without our partner, without our consumer, we cannot do that.
Sunny Young is General Manager of TCL Middle East and Africa Business Group. That will be all for this morning, but a quick currency update. The dollar trading at 12 cedis 50 pesos. The British pound selling at 15 cedis 50 pesos. The euro could be sold to you at 13 cedis 50 pesos. I am Neil Latte. This is the end of the bulletin. Do have a good business day.
Charlie, where are you?
Boss man, I'm at the bank.
Really? But your car is in front of your house.
Bro, my bank on my phone, Charlie.
Oh, how?
EcoBank, bro. With EcoBank mobile app, I can do everything, anywhere, anytime. Listen, I just checked my account balance, paid Ahmed's school fees, and sent money to my grandma at Walwale.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Massa, just download the EcoBank mobile app from the Google Play Store or the App Store, or dial *770# and be your own bank manager.
Manager.
Whether to pay bills or fees, to check account statements, send money across Ghana, abroad, and more. EcoBank mobile app has got it covered. EcoBank Mobile, making everyday people live everyday lives the EcoBank way. EcoBank, the Pan-African bank.
Afternoon.
Oh, afternoon.
Please, Momo.
Deposit or withdrawal?
Withdrawal.
Ah, I like how you say withdrawal. How much?
500 Ghana.
Why allow cash out?
Yes.
I feel ball number no mami why?
0241 789.
Ah, nice one. Approve.
Please, the agent's name, is it Mipiska Bebre to Coin Ventures?
Hey, into what body you now?
She. My let's see. I have to verify.
Always confirm the name of the person you are receiving money from before accepting a request. If you receive a request from a friend to send money to an unfamiliar number, call to confirm before taking action. Do not share your number with strangers for the purpose of receiving e-cash in exchange for physical cash, because the source could be criminal and result in legal actions against you.
MTN.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
I know, you do me bad and you know.
Well, what I also know is that Lesheho Donkomi campaign has come to you because you deserve financial peace. Lesheho is proud to be associated with the kickoff, that's the sports edition of the City Breakfast Show. Lesheho, Polytank and Shell. Let's give you financial peace, okay? From now until the end of the month, we've reduced our interest rates for you, so whatever your expense, we have the right loan to meet your needs. So WhatsApp or call now on 02700 4799, 02700 4733. Let's make life easier together. Act now before offer ends. Chieftaincy supply. Let's share, let's improve life. Let's provide you with durable water storage tanks, okay? We've done this for 30 years. We are trusted by several generations. Always choose guaranteed quality. Go for Polytank. No matter the size you're looking for, durability is always assured. And we sell at the same price when you visit Polytank partner shops as the original. Go for it. The caution to you is that we do not request for Momo payments online. Now, how do you want your engine to feel today? Confident, protected, ready to perform? Then let's talk about Shell V-Power. Shell V-Power with Dynaflex technology is specially formulated to clean and protect your engine, giving it that boost it needs. It's designed to remove performance-robbing deposits so that your engine performs at its best. Fill up with Shell V-Power at a Shell service station near you and feel performance, feel confidence, and feel protection over and over again. Feel unbeatable because the best choices just feel right. Feel the feeling with Shell V-Power. Shell, go well. And if you're ready to go well on kickoff, then Benjamin Nketia is here for you.
Wonderful morning to all of you out there. And in the headlines, the President's Cup is open to the public to attend for free. That's according to Gauka. Man United have submitted an improved bid for Brentford winger Bryan Mbeumo, and in the Club World Cup, Lionel Messi is set to face his former club as Inter Miami set up meeting with Paris Saint-Germain. We start off with some local stuff, and Vice Chair of Gauka Phyllis Marco Mensah has confirmed that the President's Cup will be free to attend. Now she's urging fans to come out in their numbers and support the two big clubs involved.
Well, it's going to be 3 days. But the point is for the VIP and the VVIP, there's going to be complimentary tickets for those times. But the other places is very free.
Let's move it on to the camp of Accra Hearts of Oak and former assistant coach of Asante Kotoko, Abdullah Ghazali. He will be appointed Hearts of Oak assistant coach and he will be assisting Didi Dramani. Now, this comes after the young trainer parted ways with Ghana Premier League side Basake Holy Stars after just one season. He prefers to work with his mentor, Masoud Didi Dramani, who has been handed the Hearts of Oak top job. Now, Ghazali has garnered some experience having worked at Asante Kotoko as youth coach and then interim head coach during the 2020-2021 season. Let's move it on to some other stuff now. And former Zimbabwean swimmer Kirsty Coventry took over the leadership of the International Olympic Committee from Thomas Bach in a ceremony held yesterday, with the 2028 Los Angeles Games already threatening to fill her entry to overflowing. Now, Coventry, who starts her 8-year spell officially today as the most powerful sports administrator in the world, became the first woman and first African to be elected head of the Olympic ruling body in March. Now, Coventry has long-standing ties with the United States of America, dating back to her time as a leading swimmer at Auburn University in Alabama. Now, that will prove useful ahead of LA 2028, and she has already said she will seek to meet with US President Donald Trump to discuss the games. Away from that, let's get to some Liverpool news, and Jeremy Frimpong says the club record signing Florian Wirtz, it's very special and doesn't crumble under pressure. Now, Liverpool's owners have attempted to keep the feel-good factor going this summer by spending serious money in the transfer market. Also, £150 million for Wirtz has been spent, according to what's happened. Now, Leverkusen have also let Wirtz and Frimpong go, and according to Frimpong, Wirtz is that kind of player who will shine actually in the big moments.
Just expect a winner, you know. He's a very, 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 very special player, you know. And for me, it's like he's a very hard-working guy. You understand? The league will love him. Yeah. And for me, I ain't got to talk too much. Just watch him, innit? Just watch him.
But it is exciting times for Liverpool fans, isn't it, to see yourself come in early in the window, Florian Wirtz coming in as well. Big statement signings from a team that finished 10 points clear of everyone last season.
Yeah, of course. Flo, he don't crumble under pressure, you know. He likes pressure, you know. He's a guy that likes pressure, because I feel like, you see, when you're on the pitch, you forget about everything. You just enjoy football. You just play, you know. And Flo is one of the guys that make you enjoy football, you know, just seeing how he plays, you know. So he's going to be perfect, and he's playing with Liverpool players, you know, so he's going to be perfect. He's going to be fine.
So Liverpool new signing Jeremy Frimpong speaking there. To some more transfers, and Man United have submitted an improved bid of more than £60 million for Brentford striker Brian Mbeumo. Now, this month, United had a bid rejected for the 25-year-old of £45 million plus add-ons in £10 million. Now, talks over the Cameroon forward, who would become the club's second signing of the summer, are due to continue this week. Now, Brentford set-piece coach Keith Andrews is front-runner for the vacant manager's job at the G-Tech Community Stadium. The Bees have been looking for a new boss since Thomas Frank left for Tottenham Hotspur this month. Let's move on to some other stuff. And former Real Madrid player Gareth Bale has thrown his support behind Trent Alexander-Arnold after making his move to the Spanish Giants and going ahead to make 2 appearances at the FIFA Club World Cup.
And Gareth, we just had Trent move over to Real Madrid. You obviously made the same move in terms of Britain to Madrid. How much of a good move do you think that is for him, and how much pressure do you think there is for him to perform straight away?
No, it'd be a great move. It's a different experience in the Premier League. He's achieved a lot in the Premier League, so yeah, the demand at Real Madrid, he'll soon understand how demanding a place it is, and yeah, but I'm sure he'll go there, enjoy it, and yeah, do his best.
So you heard Gareth Bale, former Real Madrid winger, speaking there. Let's get to the FIFA Club World Cup, and Botafogo booked their place in the last 16 of the Club World Cup at the expense of Atletico Madrid, despite a 1-0 defeat by the Spanish side. Now, Paris Saint-Germain also beat Seattle Sounders to seal their place in the FIFA Club World Cup knockout stage. The European champions win Group B and will play the runners-up of Group A, Inter Miami. FC Porto and Al Ahly also played out an all-4 draw, and then Inter Miami and Palmeiras also played out a 2-2 draw. When you get to the games to be played today, there's Auckland City taking on Boca Juniors, and then there's also Benfica up against Bayern Munich. That's our morning's dose of sports. I am Benjamin Nketia, the small sport at citysportsonline.com.
If you need unique services, innovative financial solutions, we deliver on our promise, cause we are number one. Let's share go, we improve your life. Even when you're stuck with nothing, no matter your situation, let's share go, we improve your life. Let's share go, we improve your life.
Polytech is everywhere, durable and authentic. Stronger brand you can trust. Polytech, we get some more Rambo and get some more super. And the Polytech we did for Papa no no, Papa no no no, Papa no no, Papa no no no, Papa no no Ankasa. Polytech, the original, always the best.
Do you ever wonder how your car's engine is doing as you drive?
Not often.
Does it feel confident and protected, or is it tired and struggling?
I have a busy schedule, so I leave matters of my engine to Shell V-Power. With Shell V-Power, you can feel confident because it is the best ever fuel designed for performance and efficiency. Shell V-Power removes performance-robbing deposits, so you can feel protected.
Fill up with Shell V-Power at the Shell service station near you. Feel confidence, feel protection, and feel performance over and over again with Shell V-Power. Fuel the feeling with Shell V-Power. Go well.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
Rise and shine, it's another day to stay on point. Toast to spread, it's still on point. Watch it spread it all day long. Still on point, yes, it's still on point.
It's still on point.
Watch it spread,
It's still on point.
for your bread,
It's still on point.
for your toast.
It's still on point.
It's yummy, delicious.
It's still on point.
Still on point, yes, it's still on point.
It's still on point.
Still on point, yes, it's still on point.
It's still on point.
For your toast, it's still on point.
It's still on point.
Fortune spread, it's yummy, delicious.
It's still on point.
Fortune spread, delicious, creamy, and always on point. This advert is FDA approved.
Still unbeatable. Republic Bank has slashed the city mortgage interest rate to a new low. That means it's more affordable to own your dream home. You enjoy lower monthly installments, save on interest payments, flexible loan arrangements, and more. Make the move. Own your home at a lower teen interest rate. But hurry, this offer lasts for a limited time. Visit any Republic Bank branch or send email to myhome@republicghana.com or call Accra 054-0109-649. Kumasi 054-0109-901 to apply today and enjoy a teen interest rate. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Looking for the latest buzz in Ghana's entertainment world? Welcome to Ghana Weekend, your ultimate destination for all things creativity and entertainment.
Stay in the loop with breaking news, exclusive interviews, and then insider stories from your favorite creatives and stars. From music, movies, fashion and art, lifestyle and culture, Ghana Weekend brings it all together. Get a daily dose of entertainment, discover new talents, and never miss out on the creativity that defines our vibrant culture.
Stay connected with us across all platforms. Follow us on Instagram with the handle Ghana Weekend, on X Ghana Weekend, on TikTok Ghana Weekend, at Ghana Weekend TV on YouTube for the latest in entertainment, travel, and everything Ghana. Don't miss out. Join the Ghana Weekend family today. Ghana Weekend, where entertainment meets creativity. Visit GhanaWeekend.com now.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation. The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Come make we play
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is City 97.3.
And when me show you feel catchy. And when you catch it, don't make it drop. Cause if it drop, it will pop. And if it pop, no one can mend it. Cause if them mend it, you can easily bend it. So we are go catch it, should be tonight. All night long we are go catch it, should be tonight. Tell me if you like it, catch it, should be tonight. All night long we are go catch it, should be tonight. It don't take too long to learn. Just you do as I say. It may only take 1 hour or 2, and by the next time you will know what to do. We are go catch it, should be tonight. Me and you are go catch it, should be tonight. All night long we are go catch it, should be tonight. Catch it, should be tonight. Come make we play some catch it, should be. And when me should be, you feel catch it. And when you catch it, don't make it drop. Cause if it drop, it will pop. And if it pop, no one can mend it. Cause if they mend it, you can easily bend it. So we are go catch it, should be tonight. All night long we are go catch it, should be tonight. Your mama don't like catch it, should be tonight. Your papa don't like it, catch it, should be tonight. Long time I waiting, catch it, should be tonight. Get you right where you're, catch it, should be tonight. All night long we are go catch it, should be tonight. Me and you are go catch it, should be tonight. Tell me if you like it, catch it, should be tonight. All night long, should be tonight.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is City 97.3.
Should be
97.3. This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
See
7:34. Yes, indeed. A few birthday greetings on the day. A happy birthday to Dr. Samoni Noyashon. Today we celebrate the laurels that you have attained and the legacy that you have built. Above all, we thank God for your life and for your wisdom in giving you. We thank God for your life and for God's wisdom in giving you to us. We love you so much. From your wife, Maud Akosua Ashon, your daughters Apioko, Apiele, and Kylie, your sons-in-law Duke, Nayo, and Danny, and your 7 grandchildren. Yeah, so this is to Dr. Samoni Noy Ashon. Hallelujah. Happy birthday to Mrs. Mary Ann Okuno, Assistant Commissioner and Sector Commander of Kofredia Collection Customs Division GRA. Happy birthday to my very good friend Castro Enchidanso. From University Primary School all the way through to Presec. We are 47 years old today, Castro. Charlie Castro, you the groove. Oh my God, Castro Enchidanso. Yeah, happy birthday to you. He was the House 6 house captain. I was in House 3, but he was the House 6. I've known him from primary to secondary. He's a great guy. And happy birthday to my good friend Christabel Aram Nuhoho. Nuhoho.
Thank you.
Of the Hefra. Have a fantastic birthday. This is Robert Nestamale asking you to stir it up. So I have a question for you guys. Somebody brought me a bag of beetroot. The question is, what do I do with it?
Salad.
I should do salad with it. I should do juice with it
and drink it.
Okay.
You add a little bit of bisap. You know bisap.
Bisap.
Yes.
Is it the leaf they used to do that thing?
Yeah, the red drink. Yes.
Sobolo.
Yes.
Oh, sobolo is bisap. Okay.
Yes.
So I should add beetroot to it.
And mix it.
What will you do for me?
It will give you all kinds of things.
It will give me all kinds of things.
Oh my God. You know you will be.
Should I drink it hot or cold?
No, drink it. Normally you serve it cold.
I see.
You can drop a few.
Is bisap the same thing you should do Coca-Cola?
Not that I know.
What is the formula for Coca-Cola? I think Coca-Cola has a secret formula.
Yeah, they say they got it. So many people have different components.
Are you
of
sure it's
ingredients.
not a myth?
You never know. Because nobody has been able to truly replicate it.
Yeah.
But Pepsi is the same? Or
no, they say it's as close as possible, but it's not the same thing.
So the Coke formula is a secret?
Yeah, they say it's some serious secret that is guarded.
I see.
Yes.
So I should use the beetroot to mix with bisap?
Bisap, yes.
I should drink it.
Mix it nicely.
But I've not too much to do for me.
Oh, no, it would do all kinds of
Immune
wonders.
system
FDA must check these things. These claims you are making that it will do something for me.
Oh, let me. And when you finish that drop, you know a tea bear. You know, is it fever glass?
Lemongrass.
Lemongrass.
I should put lemongrass inside.
Yes, you should.
No, so they say it will lower your blood pressure.
Uh-huh.
It will increase your stamina, improved blood flow, reduce muscle fatigue, anti-inflammatory properties.
Which are you talking about?
This is the beetroot.
Is it? I see.
Plenty things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Properly constituted.
Somebody brought us a whole sack of beetroot.
Chalet.
We don't know what to do with it.
What's the name of?
This salad inside the way they be.
Is it?
And they cut it, chop it nice and put it in the salad.
Yeah. She brought the beetroot. Okay. Okay. All right. A couple of quick announcements. If you're looking for faster, smarter, and more secure way to manage your finances, look no further than the award-winning Fab mobile and internet banking solution. Banking is now easier, faster, and more convenient. Join the Purple Bank and feel the Purple experience, where convenience meets innovation. First Atlantic Bank, 2 times Data Bank of the Year in a row. First Atlantic Bank, refreshingly different. Get Translight Solar and save up to 70% of your electricity bills. Enjoy clean and reliable energy without breaking the bank. Here's the best part. You don't need to pay the full cost up front. Translight Solar is offering an opportunity to own a complete solar system by paying just 30 to 50% of the cost and spreading the rest over a 12 to 36-month period with flexible monthly payments as low as 1,200 cedis. Call 0838 0504 249 229. 0504 249 229. Translight Solar, wherever there's sunlight, there is Translight. Get a brand new Volkswagen with a used car budget, whether it's the Virtus Highline, the T1 Life, or the Amarok. Walk into any Volkswagen retail outlet with your used car budget and you may drive out a brand new car. Call or WhatsApp 025-795-6688 for more information about our range of models. The Virtus, the T-Cross, the T1, the Allspace, Terramont, and the Amarok. Volkswagen, rise and thrive. And if you haven't tried Kebi chocolate yet, you're really missing out. It's rich, it's smooth, probably made in Ghana, and the perfect treat for yourself or a thoughtful gift for someone special. Get your hands on the Kebi goodness. It's super easy. You may find Kebi chocolate at all Palace branches, that's Palace Mall, or the Mig Mart. You know the Mig Mart? The Made in Ghana Mart is Legon and Laboni. The Wild Gecko Handcraft Shop at Kokan International Airport and Shiashi. You also get it at Super Save and plenty other supermarkets. For our listeners in the US, you can shop via Etsy. Search for Kabi Chocolate or visit the following stores in Chicago area: Abyss Market, Romeoville, One African Market at Bolingbrook, and A Plus Store International Market, Uptown. Kabi also produces custom-made chocolate gifts for corporate events and businesses. So if you're planning something for your team or clients, we've got something extra sweet for you. Meanwhile, Ghana's digital landscape is evolving. You can't afford to miss it. Join us for the State of Digital in Ghana 2025 unveiling. It's on the 27th of this month via Zoom at 1 p.m. It costs only 250 cedis to be part. Now, you will discover the latest digital trends from mobile internet growth to the rise of social media and e-commerce. Essential insights for anyone looking to thrive in Ghana's digital economy. Now, whether you're a business owner, a marketer, or just passionate about tech, this session will give you the tools to stay ahead of the game. To register, dial star 713 star 33 star 299 hash. That's quite a mouthful. Star 713 star 33 star 299 hash, or visit idm.edu.gh to register for the launch of State of Digital. And by the way, later this morning on the On Air series, today is our second day in our final week. What are we doing? We are looking at the Fintech landscape and how it's changing business. Yeah, this is one of the best songs. Do you know the song?
Yeah, man.
Oh my God. He did it live. Let me do a few birthdays before the song comes. Bernard, please wish my sister, maybe Soparibia Owusu, a happy birthday. We love her to the max. J. Edu.
And good morning. Wish my husband a very happy birthday, Albert Arnold Ayete Ansa, aka Caponi. I mean, you know that the love is deep. Know that you're destined for greatness. We're wishing you a fantastic day from your wife, Eugenia, and your lovely children. Good morning, Bernard. Wishing Mr. Wickfield.
Wickfield.
Yes.
He used to be an actor.
Acting Executive Director of the National Commission on Culture, Ghana, a happy birthday. May all his dreams come true. This is from Mrs. Badema. Happy birthday anniversary to my wife, Mrs. Priscilla Amano, Peak Lyceum School Community 22. Continue to enjoy the endless blessings and good health. I love you. This is coming from her husband. And Bernard, today is the birthday of Pastor Emmanuel Che Buete. He's the district pastor of Barikese Central Church of Pentecost. Happy birthday to you, sir. Have a blast.
Let me add one quick one. This is coming in for Mr. David Akwesi Amofa of GMPC, president of the Ghana Chelsea Supporters Club. Oh, poor you. And a very happy belated 50th Golden Jubilee celebration was yesterday from David Nana Adjoa Jr., Mickey, and Chelsea. We are all very proud of him as our father and wish him God's protection. David Akwesi Amofa of GMPC. President
David.
of Chelsea Supporters Club of Ghana.
David, the Chelsea fans in Ghana and the world over are proud of you.
So sad.
They celebrate you today.
So sad.
You are a man of many, many talents.
So sad.
You are a gem. You are a pivotal place in the prize of many.
It's just a word
So
salad.
continue.
You're just putting words together. Master. Stop that thing you're doing.
So continue to inspire.
Stop that. Don't
Chelsea will win many.
Stop that thing. Stop that thing you're doing.
Don't mind Bernard. Don't mind Bernard. He's just being an example.
Let me do another one.
We ignore him.
This is from David Bechachu Abe to his wife. It says Star Lizzie.
Yes, man.
At 50, no size.
Talk to me.
Happy birthday to a Proverbs 31 woman. You brought meaning to my life and that of my family. I celebrate this day as a day of love, devotion, and service. I love you so much because you always make me know how much you love me and will give me that hard face if my response is weak. What a stubborn woman in many ways. For both me and the family always, making sure we are all right. God bless and protect your wealth.
Yeah, man.
Sorry, you with wealth and life.
Okay.
This is coming into Na Abe from David Ni Be Chachu Abe to his wife. Yeah,
But
I hope I got your wife's name correct.
Yeah.
Lizzie Na Abe, correct?
Okay. Yeah.
Wonderful, yes.
So today is the birthday of Eno of the FDA. Togbi Dobu is wishing you a happy birthday. And Bernard, there is an offer for you and the beetroots.
Is it?
You know Mighty Millicent Abubeidu.
Okay.
Yeah.
What does she want to do?
With the beetroot, she can add some bisap and some other special spices and ingredients.
What will it do
and
for me?
transform it into a healthy something for you.
Charlie.
And it will do a whole lot of things for you.
You know, it's
So
only, I'm not
we
sick.
just need
So
you
I don't
to
know.
submit the beetroot.
They said it is those who are sick who need the doctor.
Said I remember when we used to sit in the government yard in Trenchtown, and then Georgie would make a firelight as it was logwood burning through the night. Then we would cook cornmeal porridge, of which I'll share with you. My feet is my only carriage, so I've got to push on through. But while I'm gonna mean, everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. I say, everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. So woman, don't cry. No, woman, don't cry. Oh, my little sister, don't shed no tears. No, woman, don't cry.
And in the meantime, we want to just do a quick roll call of the exhibitors who came for the Agri Fair, just to say thank you to them and to also lead you to them. I got some really nice dried mango fruits. My discovery for the fair was people who package dry fruits that you can eat as a snack.
Sweet.
Some had dry meat, some had dry mangoes, all kinds of things. Very nicely packaged, can last more than 3 months, and a real good innovation.
Amazing.
It's one way of adding value. So I'm probably going to mention some names of exhibitors shortly. But experience the thrill of easy banking with Zenith Bank this season. Enjoy 24-hour access to Zenith Bank's secure digital banking channels from the comfort of your home, office, or wherever you are. Make quick and easy payments with your Zenith MasterCard, Visa card, or EasyPay GH Dual card. Simply use the Z Mobile Ghana app, Zenith Internet Banking, or dial *966# to manage your account, buy data bundles and airtime, and make payments and more. You may also call 054 2000 111 or go to zenithbank.com.gh for more information. And this July, all roads lead to the Grand Arena at the Accra International Conference Center for the Ghana Investment Trade Week, featuring the Africa Build Show and Megawatt 2025. From 2nd to the 4th July, experience a dynamic showcase of Africa's infrastructure future with over 1,500 delegates, 200 plus B2B sessions, and 60 plus top tier exhibitors, all under one roof. This unmissable event is in partnership with GHCCI and brings you exclusive access to CEO top table meetings, live exhibitions, investor matchmaking, and VIP networking. Whether you're an investor, entrepreneur, or policymaker, this is your gateway to real deals and growth opportunities. Visit GITW Summit or call 0245 529 467. Imagine waking up to serenity every day, surrounded by nature's beauty and luxury at your fingertips. In a gated estate, you can be proud to call your home. At Western Villas, located at Ayi Mensa, our starting homes redefine elegance. Each home is a masterpiece designed with precision and love. From swimming pool, gym, playground, beautiful landscape gardens, and private balconies, making every day feel like a retreat. We also have executive plots for sale at McCarthy Hill, strategically located and offer unparalleled views, easy access to amenities, and endless possibilities for executive living. With just 5% deposit, you can reserve your space. Contact us today to learn more about our luxury homes at Ayi Mensa or executive plots at McCarthy Hill. Call 0536 502 295 or visit westernvillas.com for more information. I'd like to comment quickly the Road Safety Commission for something I've observed. You remember a couple of weeks ago we interviewed Abraham Amaliba and complained about the proliferation of what do you call them? Mini billboards. So like I call them pint-sized billboards on the boundary road in particular. So when you're driving on the boundary road, basically it's difficult to see the other side because they are so close to each other and there's so many, very unsightly. I used the route I think a couple of days ago and I noticed that they've all been cleared.
Wow.
So I believe that the Road Safety Commission is up to something.
Nice.
And want to commend them. I want to urge them to continue. There are so many signboards that impede visibility, poorly located, poorly sighted, and they are not standardized. You know, it's not very nice. So with that, we like to commend the Road Safety Commission for taking this initial step on the boundary road, East Legon, and want to urge them to use this as an impetus to continue. We must restore order to our public spaces. You know, when I was at the children's park during the fair, somebody was asking me, a friend of mine who had come from the UK said, he said, Bernard, you know that in every major town in the UK, they have a park like this, and that a lot of communities in the UK do these things regularly. Then I said, this is the only space you could find that can even host this, and that most places in Accra, you can't have this size of greenery open for such a thing, And I think a lot of our assemblies, I want to urge them to find green spaces and protect them and use them to do social events. Sometimes we ask why people are not being good neighbors, why we don't know each other. There's no place to meet beyond church and funeral. So if you live in Adenta, you should be able to go to a place, a park, Adenta Park, right? Sit down, read a book. They can do a day of whatever. We should be able to have that in the same. Bubuashi, Mataheko, where else which other place we have? Madina, Hacho. They should all have their park. Kwabenya, they should all have a small park, not just for football, where people can sit and recreate. It's part of human development.
Very important.
So I really want to pray that the children's park is preserved. I want to pray that it's preserved, because if we didn't have that space, we wouldn't have been able to do what we did.
True.
And if the assemblies will have to buy, and I'll tell you something regrettable. You notice the aviation area.
Yeah.
From this aviation, I'm talking about Shalibotre to Adenta.
Yeah.
So there's a place called Third Gate that takes you to Adenta, and then it takes you back to Ritz. That was a massive green space that I felt we could use for a very big park. It's like a green sponge in the middle of an urban jungle, where you have Adenta Snit Flats on the north, and then you have Ajiringano and Asalibotre on the east. Then you have Madina on the south, and then you have Adenta on the west. So that's a massive plot of land. The last time I used that area, they started developing it into apartments. It's almost like we have been cursed with the spirit of building apartments anywhere. It's like there's a certain demon of apartments. So when somebody gets money, the first thing he thinks about is building apartments.
No matter where.
And the worst part is he paints it any color. You know, it's any height. There's no formula. Sky, that space would have been a beautiful green space.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm talking about? It's a massive space between Adenta, Shalibuche, Medina, and Adenta. Yeah,
So
Adenta,
Maya
Shalibuche, and
Hot,
Medina.
Yeah.
Sky, when you go there, they are developing it. And for Ghana, development means putting up ugly apartments.
And clearing all the greenery.
So bad. So Children's Park, please don't touch it.
We beg.
Leave it for us. And on that note, I want you to just go through a quick roll call of the people who came to sell.
Sharp.
Just for people to remember them.
Great.
But a big thank you to the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection.
Zion.
They are the people who are custodians of the Children's Park. And they give it to us to use.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a good thing. It was a beautiful place. We want to thank them for what they did. The minister and her team for the support in getting the place without any stress. Without any stress. And we went back there to clean the place to make sure we didn't leave it in a worse state than it was.
Wonderful.
And of course the place can be improved.
Yeah, you know, give it to me to improve it.
So if you notice, for example, that where there's no grass, where the cars drive, when it rains, you can put a bit of gravel there. There's a few things you can do to weed the other side.
Properly paved. I mean, and then maybe either you use asphalt properly,
and that's
or
some
you use pavement
too.
blocks of some.
And you can also revamp the swings.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it should be kids friendly. I mean, areas where the kids would have to go and play. Probably put in there some really good Olympic-sized swimming pool. You know, places where they can do some sporting activities.
So we can send our kids to go and walk around and run around.
I used to go to the children's park.
Myself.
I mean, it felt nostalgic that the place had come alive during the Agri fair. But I agree with Sky.
Yeah.
We need to revamp the place.
So
and then quickly the Kitike,
the train.
Yes, we do something about
the rail is still there, but
because
the train is not
so for a moment I stood there and I was watching kids come in. You know, they were taking photographs by it.
But they were only. I think it was only horse riding or something.
Yeah, the Kiteke was stationary. I mean, it's nothing. It's just nothing. There's no way of fixing it. It belongs to say Ibrahim Ahmed.
No, they can fix it.
That's nothing. Is
they should fix it.
It belongs to the museum.
No, Sky. We should give our kids train rides.
Yes, I'm saying that they need a new one.
This particular one is out of commission.
So Ibrahim Ahmed should come for it.
Yes, you should just
our famous exhibitor in the north.
But I felt the gate too was small. We may need another.
Exactly.
Because given the number of vehicles that came, if you had an exit and an entrance somewhere, I don't know how to configure that, but it might just help.
I pray nobody wakes up one day and decides to build apartments.
We buy.
Oh no, we opposed this thing previously.
It's not beyond Ghanaian.
We buy and cast that demon.
Ghanaian rich people, for some reason, all they do is apartments. I don't understand why. It's like
brings dollars, dollars.
Charlie, we need to protect some spaces from that.
Yes.
It's not everything that you need to build apartments. Keep it green. People must sit there and go and read. When you go to New York, they have Central Park. Isn't that what they call it?
Mm-hmm.
You know, in most civilized countries, they have a park people can sit down and read. So let's keep our parks.
That's true.
You know, let's not sell it. Let's stop this apartment craze.
Yeah.
You know, it's terrible. It's, you know, and it will cost us. It will cause flooding. There's called heat.
Oh.
Because the trees are windbreaks. They also help rain. They soak. You know, you can't cheat nature.
When eating under the trees at the children's park was very different from elsewhere. So I like that feeling. I agree. Now these are the exhibitors we want to appreciate, Bernard.
Yes.
Number one is Ghana Exim Bank. Thank you.
They are sponsors.
Yes, these are sponsors. So Ghana Exim Bank, Farmer Line,
sponsors.
Legacy Crop Improvement Center,
sponsors.
Development Bank Ghana,
sponsors.
Horticulture Business Platform,
sponsors.
Trillium Ghana Limited,
sponsors.
Agri Impacts Limited,
sponsors.
Urban Jungle Agro Industries Limited.
They exhibited, you know, the guy who runs this, I know him.
Yeah.
He plants vegetables in urban spaces.
Nice.
And it's called Selom Agudu.
Nice.
Amazing guy.
Selom,
great ambassador for agriculture.
Yeah.
He uses greenhouses, does some at home. I think they sold out.
Super.
I saw their carrot.
Oh my God!
I bought some
properly. You can just wash it and chew.
Charlie, the carrot was like when you're looking at it, you see beauty in it.
It was well produced.
Charlie, no.
And these guys don't produce it with the gutter water.
Yeah.
So that was Urban Jungle.
So there is Paulton and More Limited.
So these guys offer day-old chicks. If you want to start the journey of a poultry farm,
correct,
they can give you a good price for the chicks for you to start.
Nice.
And they do other things. So they support the poultry industry with
Lovely.
feed and that kind of thing.
Thank you for coming. GB Health Solutions Salad Master.
The name speaks for itself. So they do a lot of things with veggies
Yes.
and salads.
Intertech Ghana Limited.
So these are technology in agriculture
Sharp.
people.
Alote Farms.
Oh my
Laviant
God.
Grills.
Alote Farms had
Yes, sir.
everything.
Yes,
Livestock.
sir.
Yes, they brought the rabbit.
They brought Adanko. Yes.
They brought Adanko Deka. They brought
Deka.
poultry. I want to see Alote.
Yeah,
Alote.
No, they be big, man.
Alote Farms solid.
Yes,
solid.
yes.
Let's go on.
Agro Kings Company Limited.
They had the Nana rice.
Yeah.
I mean, they have the type for Omutu.
Yep.
They have the type for rice water. It's a long time since I took rice water.
Oh, yeah.
You know they have the green one. Broken rice for
Yes.
rice water.
Yes.
But when rice water is quiet, it doesn't mean it's not hot.
Yeah, it means
It can stop you.
Never be deceived. The fact, in fact, there's a proverb: the silence of rice water has nothing to do with its heat, because you can take the rice water and put in your mouth.
The transformation will happen.
So Nana Rice was there as well.
Yes, Pap Farms was there.
They did chicken. The guy
Yes.
came on air. His chicken was very good.
Yeah.
And they cut it for you. It was
Wonderful.
amazing. Well done.
We have C. Verman Ghana Limited.
I think they are more into the agri equipment. They support farmers with a
Yeah.
lot of the things they manufacture.
Yeah.
And they've been in Ghana for many, many, many years.
Solid.
We thank them for their support.
Federated Foods Processing Limited.
Thank
you.
They are into food processing. They add to, I don't know specific what food they did, but I think they did some of these processed foods that we bought that we could carry home along.
Farm Mate Africa.
They support farmers.
Accra Poultry Association.
They came with chicken in their numbers.
JL Foods Limited.
Arabakumsin, maize, cocoyam,
Yes.
cassava,
Yes.
plantain,
Sharp.
and all kinds of things.
Generally,
Generally, stand farmer.
I vex am. The thing no reserve.
Is the finish?
By the time I got there, they
Everything finished.
No, but that
Me, I vex.
if you are reserved for it to have been corruption.
But you
That's
why?
protocol.
Oh, but I'm a novide.
Man,
No,
no.
your kujijire. Oh, no, go arumo. Araba is my personal person.
So you should store the thing for you. That's hoarding.
It's not hoarding.
That's
You set it aside.
That's an economic crime.
You completely lay that one aside.
So that one is sanctified.
Go on.
Right, we have Ophir Foods.
I think they all, I don't remember what they sell, but they are into foods, definitely.
Yes, Ophir Foods, thank you.
Including rice. They
Yes.
do rice.
They do rice. Okay, you got it. Okay.
Cycle Farms Ghana Limited.
Cycle Farms.
Yes.
Okay.
Bandana Farms.
Okay.
Tropo Farms Limited. Volta Catch.
So they are the tilapia champions.
Yes.
They look, I got there Sunday around 5 after all my rooming. They said that the tilapia was finished.
Oh.
But they said they can deliver some to me.
Ah, good. So they've reserved some for you.
Yes.
Okay. Agroterrum Ghana Limited.
Sounds like people who farm on the ground.
And Bees for Development Ghana.
The name speaks for
Kwu.
itself.
Yeah. Kali Ghana Company Limited.
I'm not sure.
Blue Skies Products Ghana Limited.
Blue Skies brought a lot of their juices.
So much.
Different mixes.
You know my favorite now? You know the one they mix with coconut water, passion fruit,
mint,
or
the mango.
It may be rough.
The smaller bottle.
Yeah. No, it's not the medium.
The medium-sized bottle.
Yes, I like that one.
They have 5,000 people in their factory.
My Lord.
You haven't added farmers, so.
My Lord, oh my
Anthony
God.
Powell is doing something great. I think if we had a Blue Skies in every region, the size of the company, agro-processing, export development, Blue Skies is the company you want. You know, and their workers are very, very interesting people as well.
We had Maflex Trust
Oh
Ghana
my God.
Limited.
They are near my hometown.
Massive exporters of potatoes.
Orange flesh potatoes,
Yes.
okra,
Yes.
aubergines, chili pepper,
Come on.
sweet pepper.
Super.
They do both greenhouse and normal farming.
Yes.
Potatoes in boxes, nicely packaged
Their
for
farm is
export.
beautiful.
They export directly to the UK.
Yes, sir.
The guy left the banking industry to start farm.
He's a big man.
Lived happily ever after.
Yes. Lex V Agro Processing Limited, Spax Foods and Beverages, K Moy Ghana Limited, Simple Living Organics,
Correct.
Maseda Hub,
Wonderful.
Saa Ona Delicacies.
Are you sure you are not pronouncing
It's
it?
SAAONAA.
Frejabano. Is it Sauna or Sauna?
I'm very, very sorry. Saa
Miss, if
Ona
I don't
or
know.
Saa Ona.
I'm just guessing.
Ni nyinaa yɛbɛfa no saa.
End at number 40. and
Number
we'll come back
okay,
and
so
continue later.
this year Touch Ventures,
Okay.
Kusa, and MS. That's
Okay.
number 40.
When we come back, we'll continue with some of their vendors and tell you more what they did. Take us.
Sauna. Sauna. Lele. And the
Sauna.
Sauna.
Okay.
I mean, mini.
Let's bring you
Okay.
Tech and social media trends next.
It's brought to us by Telecel and First Bank. First Bank is embarking on a journey to reconnect with you. Customers who have not used their accounts in a while, they want to have the opportunity to provide you the gold standard of banking. Once again, reactivate your dormant account. Kindly visit our website and our socials. Our link is there in the bio. Click on it and you're good to go. Visit any of our branches and we are happy to receive you once more. 0596 921 is the number to call. Email us firstsolutions@firstbankgroup.com. First Bank, you first.
Mr. Graham is joining us with the trends.
Yes,
good morning,
sir.
good morning, good morning.
Good morning, good morning.
What's trending, Sus?
Well, I'll say I've brought this up before, but it looks like we're having another escalation in the MPP civil war.
Oh Lord,
they are going at each other once again.
Social media is
when someone says something, someone gives a response.
Oh Lord.
So our former Vice President Dr. Baumia said, he's not a rich man, but he has rich ideas.
Yeah.
They said that they don't like that. And they say, us and his rival, Mr. Kenny, former Asin Central, I believe, MP Kenji, said, in this world, some have rich ideas and nothing to show for it. Others turn ideas into results and wealth. Ghana needs more doers, not dreamers, in suit-giving speeches. And he gave the hashtag doers over talkers. Come on. And all I saw is when I was checking the trends last night, number 14, doers over talkers, was trending.
Wow.
Yeah, so he's mobilizing his people on social media. And people are also posting videos of Kenny Japan response. If you remember, he did an interview with Umaru Sanda some time back. When they asked him the first thing he would do when he becomes president of Ghana, and he said he will empower musicians to make patriotic songs and do a concert to raise morale of the nation.
Correct.
And then the Baumia supporters said, is this what he's talking about? Is this his doing over talking?
So basically people are just going at each other.
It's just. That's why I said it's a civil war, because it's really, they are really going at each other, hammer and tongs. The Club World Cup is also trending, of course. It was the first group has been decided. Group A has been decided. So Palmeiras and Inter Miami have qualified, and Al Ahly and FC Porto are going home.
Al Ahly played a great game.
Yeah, 4-4. Yes.
I think Porto.
Yes, exactly. Qatar is also trending.
Oh gosh.
There was the Iran-Israel war has now extended to Qatar. There was an airstrike from Iran to Qatar on an American base, I believe, and we heard there were some skirmishes.
But we are told there's a ceasefire now.
But we are hearing that there's still bombing, so there's a lot going on. So it's very difficult to tell. And then there was a very interesting match in the under-19 Euros.
Okay.
Spain and Germany played a 6-5 game.
Penalties or normal?
No, normal
6-5 in normal time.
No, it was 6-5 after extra time.
Wow.
So I believe Spain were leading 3-2 going into the final minutes of normal time, and then Germany equalized
3-3.
Then they get into extra time, they play, and then Spain scored the 6th goal in the 119th minutes from 5-5. So
wow,
very interesting.
What a game!
The teenagers, they don't have that maturity to say let's relax.
Let's score.
Yeah, they'll
like
just they'll play until the end. So
wonderful.
Very interesting one. So a little bit of tech news now. Let me just get that.
So for you, there is sports in Kwame and politics.
Oh, but that's what's trending. That's what's trending.
I know.
People need to do other things for us to talk about, because I'm trying to look for trends. I come and I see doers over talkers.
Charlie, what's going on here?
It's not fine.
What? Give me tech news.
So the UK is planning to increase their control over Google search. So they believe that because of how important Google search is to people searching for things online, they can't be allowed to operate the search how they want. So they want Google to give a more fair results, giving every business the chance. Because if you've noticed, when you use Google a lot, the advertorial things come first, and it's giving some businesses a significant advantage. Obviously, that's why you pay for the ads. But the UK is saying that this isn't fair, that because of how important the search is, they should give businesses an equal chance to be shown in their search results, to give every business a chance. So they want to kind of tweak the way Google does their search results.
What's Google saying?
Oh, of course they are arguing. Google, they want everything to be done their way. So yeah.
So that's the main tech news.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you, Susu. Second show me that trend.
Since 1894, we've witnessed the evolution of a brand and proudly partnered with its people on the path to prosperity. From the ink-stained ledgers of the past to the lightning-fast transactions of today, First Bank has consistently adapted, embracing innovation while cherishing the legacy of our heritage and making giant strides across the globe.
It's not just about banking. It's about enabling your success generation after generation. Our legacy defined the past, shaped the present, and in 2094, we will still be fostering financial security and stability for future generations. We are helping to create a future where the possibilities are infinite, the opportunities borderless, and where the world looks up to Africa. Let's awaken the giant in you. You first. First Bank.
There is small money, there is big money, and there is too much money. Telecel Too Much Money promo is here. Dial star 500 hash to opt in. In the Telecel Too Much Money promo, you can win 100 Ghana cedis cash in the daily draws, 20,000 Ghana cedis in the weekly draws, and 1.2 million Ghana cedis in the grand draw. That's 1.2 million Ghana cedis. Simply reload airtime to earn points to stand a chance to win. Dial star 500 hash or visit the Telecel Play app to opt in now for the Telecel Too Much Money promo. Terms and conditions apply.
Telecel, connecting energies.
This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
In every Ghanaian home, there's a trunk, not just of GTP fabrics, but also stories and tradition passed on from mother to daughter to help her discover herself, to shape her dreams and hopes, to usher her into becoming a woman wrapped in purpose. Celebrate every woman's journey of growth into womanhood with the new GTP Mother's Day collection, now available at all accredited dealers nationwide, the GTP retail store in Osu, and online at shop.gtpfashion.com. Verify authenticity by matching the code on the edge of the fabric with the code on the label. GTP, life styled.
Options may bring. Convenience may bring. Open up a world of financial convenience with Solace. Download the Solace Finance app from the Play Store or App Store today.
Did you know that worms take away nutrients from the food you eat? Just listen to them.
Brothers, yesterday the food nice, huh?
Oh yeah, the choba woman there, she did try wa.
Charlie, something come on, eat food.
It did taste like banana.
Eh, make a taste some. Make me try a taste, make a taste. Hey, something is doing me.
Something is doing me too.
Oh, it be Vermox.
Vermox banana flavored dewormer is available in both suspension and tablet and is suitable for children and adults. It's good for you, bad for worms. Not recommended for children under 2 years and pregnant women. This advert is FDA approved.
This June, the business wave is back and it's bigger than ever. The City Business Festival 2025 on City FM and Channel 1 TV, where it's all about business. This June, we will be celebrating Ghanaian businesses, re-examining our business modules and practices through our business fora, and sharing knowledge through our on-air business discussions. Make a business date with the on-air series every weekday at 9 a.m. on the City Breakfast Show on 97.3 City FM and 10 a.m. on Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 TV. From expert interviews to real-world insights to the tools you need to grow. Don't miss a single moment this June. It's the City Business Festival 2025, celebrating everything business. Only on City FM and Channel 1 TV. Your business, your future, your time is now. Stay tuned, stay inspired, and let's grow together. The City Business Festival 2025, celebrating everything business.
The City Business Festival 2025 is powered by 97.3 City FM and Channel 1 TV, and it's proudly sponsored by Absa Bank, MTN Business, and Zonda Tech Ghana Limited.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
I'm just sitting here playing the guitar.
City high.
my mind, I'm only dreaming. Cause if I wake, girl, then you're not by my side. I feel like half of me is no longer alive. So please, shorty, before you walk out that door, booby, would you listen to my song?
If only I give you one last chance with the devil, you can no longer tell. You got to be faithful, so we could be fruitful. Build a family and follow God's destiny. So just before I run to the block, I might listen to your song.
Before you walk out that door, listen. They said two wrongs don't make it right. So if I'm wrong,
8:15 City Breakfast Show, Tuesday the 24th of June. Welcome to Seamless Banking with the Prudential Bank mobile app. Performs instant transactions, link mobile money wallet, scan GHQRs to pay, manage your cards, transfer money between banks, and do so much more. Number banking hours, experience simple, secure, and convenient banking wherever you are 24/7. Download the PBL mobile app now from Apple App Store, Google Play Store, and the Huawei App Gallery. Visit the Prudential Bank website or social media platforms for more. Prudential Bank, truly dependable. Hey, food lovers, let's talk about a little kitchen secret. Let's talk about Gino tomato mix. Red is thick and rich, just the way you like it. It's your way to go for a unique blend of tomato, concentrate, fiber, and essential vitamins that makes your meal pop with flavor and color. Enrich with vitamin A, D3, fiber, and zinc, treating your family to tasty and delicious meals. A Gino tomato mix, you can never go wrong. Gives your meals that deep red appeal, rich texture, and mouth-watering goodness every single time. We'll go through the list of donors, vendors again. Just wanted to announce to you listeners that, guys, let's all take responsibility for the greening of our spaces. If we leave the assemblies, this is my theory. In Ghana, if you have enough money, you can influence anything. So if you get a lot of money and you want to put up apartments in a green park, I don't think the assemblies are built to say no to you, unless the MC and his team are real professionals. So generally speaking, people with a lot of money have their way. A lot of times, people with a lot of money do not play by the rules. So most communities are robbed of their green spaces and they are being taken over by real estate. Now, this is the thing. Farming areas already taken over by human settlement. Now, within the human settlement, the green space is supposed to provide all of us relief. It's supposed to be a place we all go to recover from the stress of the day. It's a place where our kids go to play football. They clear the whole thing, put up concrete and tiles, and say we are developing. That's going back. You need to create a green space deliberately. So I want to say, if you're listening to me, walk in your area or ride a bike in your area for, like, say, a 3-kilometer square and ask yourself, is there any place? In fact, let's assume there were even a major emergency. Is there a place where 1,000 people can gather? Is there a fire assembly point in that neighborhood? Is there a place people can go and play football? People can go and sit down and think, sit under the trees and just relax. If there's no place, you're living below the standard God ordained for you. I'm very serious about this. Now, the assemblies are not going to do it for us because for them, they need property rates, they need money. A lot of them cannot say no when somebody comes and says, I'm an investor. So this is the thing that happens. Somebody comes, oh, some investors want to see the MCE. They have a $20 million project and they want to cut down trees and build 2,000 houses. Everybody will agree. It's development. We need houses, but we also need to make sure we keep the spaces green. This is very, very important. And I want to say, you have agency. I know people who have decided. I have a friend, I won't mention his name today. He's mobilized people in his community on a WhatsApp group. Do you know what they are doing? They are planting trees on all the road medians.
Oh, nice.
So he's a banker in his 50s. He says, you know what? This is what I can give back to my community. He does walks. So he says, when we walk, we realize that there's no trees. So now what he does is that he and his group, they plant trees in the road medians and in front of houses. They just plant. They are not going for any millions of dollars. They are not launching national tree planting anything. They don't need anything. They are just planting trees. And they check on the trees. So the WhatsApp group, they usually check and say, oh, here's a photo of this tree. And I think it's really good. Okay. Now, I want to say that if we don't take responsibility for the greening of our areas, life expectancy will be low. Because breathing fresh air is part of living long and living good. So the deterioration of society is manifested in also the haphazard lack of environmental due care type of development. People are building anyhow and they are clearing all our green spaces.
Yeah, so there's this message coming in from someone who says, good morning. Hope you guys are doing very well. I'm listening to you. Please talk about the Tema Children's Park as well. They should
Tema has a park?
Yeah, the children, we spoke about this sometime last year or 2 years ago.
Tema?
Yeah, when there was an attempt to sort of lease it out. Yeah, there's a children's park. Okay. You remember
where is it? Which community?
I don't remember. Is it Community 11?
Close to the harbour?
No,
I don't think.
Okay, it must. I don't
Tema Children's Park.
Yes, there's a children's park there.
What's happening?
No
there?
encroachment. A person is saying that the lack of green spaces has resulted in kids failing to socialize. The only thing they do is socialize on social media.
Yeah, it's bad.
This is wrong. So the person is saying that. You remember that last year? It must have been last year, if my memory serves me correctly, where the issue came up that either the Tema Assembly was seeking to get a private investor to get involved to redevelop the space into a modern mall with all kinds of facilities and also some park for kids. And then the local people were up in arms. We spoke about that, and for some reason they decided to freeze the process. It would seem that there have been some movements in that space again. So the person is raising some concerns about it. So we should keep it on the radar.
Oh, I'm told it's Community 5.
Community 5.
Okay, great.
Children's Park.
Yeah, that's a huge children's park.
When you take an aerial view of Tema, what I see on the Google map is T Havana, which is at Community 9. It's like a private place with a bit of greenery.
Yeah.
And then maybe Temasco. I didn't know there was a children's park in Community 5. So now that we've been told, let's know. And this is important for all areas. So places like what do you call it, Pram, places like Dowenya, all these areas need green spaces, and we need to insist. If there's a park there, make sure you go and preserve it. Don't let them build another apartment there.
And please do not allow people to build in waterways and wetlands in particular.
Correct.
People have this kind of notion that once it's a wetland, they can just fill it and they're building. I discovered one wetland that is being covered speedily recently. You know, Abokobi village, when you drive through Pantai village, you are going through to Abokobi, the other end. There is some wetland in between that side. Folks are filling it, they are cutting, they are felling the tree. You can see there's date palm in the river. You see reeds all over,
and they are building,
and they are filling it. They are filling it.
Where is the assembly in all
I don't know.
this?
You see, it borders both Lankwantanan and Gan East. Now, to the extent that they are filling it, their buildings are becoming higher than the road. So the rains come, the water flows, it deteriorates the road further, which is even small. So anytime it rains, if you fill all that side, the road will flood anyway. You know, it's flooding already.
I don't even want to go there. You do what you have to do for me.
So quick one before that. You asked about where the school, the park is. Yes. So a number of responses have come in from good friends of mine, Atta, Camilo, and the rest of them, all answering that it is next to
Temasco, but I don't know the park.
So it's adjacent the Tema Secondary School, Community 5.
I know Temasco very well.
So it's adjacent.
Adjacent.
Yeah, adjacent the school.
And somebody wanted to.
Yeah,
so adjacent means next to it.
Yes.
Next to it.
Yeah. So adjacent, like.
Okay. Next to it. All right. So people of Ghana, rise up and protect your green spaces.
It's important.
And those of us who are managing assemblies, please, let's be environmental stewards. Let's not allow so-called investors to destroy our communities. Well, I'm not against putting up buildings. There must always be a green allocation.
Very important.
There must always be. In fact, the greener the area, the more expensive the real estate is.
And the healthier the neighborhood is.
So please insist on trees. If they cut down one, plant 3. And nurture the trees to grow.
And you know, the interesting thing is that when you get into these modern developments, right, these high-rise buildings, because of the absence of these open spaces, green spaces we're talking about, they are now trying to dedicate, a block or two within the apartment block, which will serve as play areas with green carpets, the astroturf that we will talk about.
Can you
to
imagine?
deal with the challenges
So you
of
put
kids. It doesn't make
on
sense.
on cement.
Exactly. That's what they are doing. If you run through airport residential area, you go to the cantonments areas, that's what they are doing.
But don't you think the assembly should be more insistent on a building code to say, we will give you the permit to build, provided you maintain. I'll tell you something, the World Bank, they put up a building not too long ago. There was a massive neem tree with some grass around it. They built around the neem tree. They said we can't cut this tree.
Yeah.
So they built, and the neem tree is like in the middle, and you can actually sit under it and eat.
Exactly. It is possible.
Yeah.
It
So,
is
but
possible.
it tells me that our assemblies are not doing their work.
They are not. And Rawlings, I don't mention his name in vain. God bless his soul. He took up this matter when the authorities in Accra decided to cut all those big neem trees going towards the Burma camp.
I remember I was so
He
upset.
complained about it consistently.
Yeah.
And then also directly opposite the 37 military hospital, he also raised concerns
They were
about
cutting that.
Yes, for a huge block of apartment that you find there now.
And they cut trees for that.
Oh yeah, they removed.
They should have left the trees.
It's
because there's a way you can build and still keep the trees, can't you?
contain them. For some reason, I don't know whether we do not have the expertise or we think that it is too expensive to do. When in fact, in the long run, it affects how we live here on Earth. It just doesn't make sense. It is possible to live in harmony with trees. You go to other countries, you see a lot of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we are, but I'm saying see beyond the assemblies, I feel like a lot of people they feel like they don't have any stake in what happens in their communities. It's because we don't practice good neighborliness and we are not very communal. We are very individualistic. The only place we meet is church and funeral. And I think that we need to meet around other things. So for example, you are in a group of people in a neighborhood. You meet every weekend to play football or to play tennis or whatever. You need to use that organization to discuss this issue. Okay, so maybe in your neighborhood you go for walks on Saturday. When you go for, ask Charlie, where do you live? Charlie, what can we do about the trees? Can we come up with a WhatsApp group to start planting trees? You get it? Let's mobilize around, not just kinky.
Yeah.
Let's mobilize around, meaningful things. Because at the end of the day, that's like, I see our life is sad because we go to work 7 days a week, 5 days a week. We go for funerals. We don't do anything.
Yeah.
Okay, let's mobilize around. So those who are walking up the hill on a brie, those who are walking in the neighborhood, those who are doing football weekend, what can we do to keep our neighborhoods better? And this is not even an elite issue. We must be better environmental stewards. We should not wait.
For me, sorry to catch you. For me, it appears our personal interest overrides any personal responsibility. If you're driving around, say, airport, okay, and Sky made a fantastic point about the use of artificial greenery or the carpet grass. If you look at the grass and the flowers that have been planted along the medians that separate the roads, the going and the coming, what you see is hawkers plying their business on the medians. You see they put their pans there.
Yes.
For all we know,
and some put their wares on the plants that
exactly
are
they
planted there.
hang those who sell things that can be hanged on the flowers. They hang them on the flowers. You can see their pots and pans. If they need to go to the bathroom, I'm certain they will just stand by a tree somewhere and do it. And all of this is happening in the full glare of everybody, and we are all driving along, the road, watching this happen. There are so many patches in the grass that have been grown. The effect of beautification is lost.
Yep.
The environmental sustainability, only God knows if it's going to contribute to anything, to even the air that we breathe. So I find that it's our personal responsibility that appears not to exist, or it's overridden by
I have a question for you guys. How did you become like this? But maybe let Caleb finish what he's doing. We've become very me, myself, and I, me, my house, and my children. We don't think about our communal areas, our common areas. We don't think about what happens on the road. To the extent that it affects us in our movement to work, we complain. But we've never come together to say, how can we make sure that this area has a park and that it's preserved? There doesn't seem to be that type of leadership in our communities. And most people in middle class areas have no relationship with the assemblies. They see the assembly as for the people who don't have anything to do. And it's a problem because you cannot say you are a proper citizen if you don't have any connection with your environment. And I feel like there's a missing link, whether it's the way we are educated or trained. Something is not right about how we are organized. We are not well organized around the environment.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's not. I don't know.
Is it an Accra problem?
No. It's cutting across.
I don't know.
Because people complain consistently. You read from people who live in Kumasi, the garden city, and they tell you that it is losing its greenery. And there's a lot of unsanitary situations in the garden city, and that's a major problem.
So it must be an urban problem.
It's our urbanization thing, and a lot of love for convenience, because if you are talking about planting trees, that's nurturing. It's a lot of work. I have a plant that's taking me 7 months to flower. I just flowered recently. But you have to be paying attention to it, watering it morning, evening, and then making sure you clear weeds and all. If you go to the Terminal 3 now, one thing you will notice is a lot of artificial flowers, and I'll explain why
even in
I have an issue. Right from the entrance, you have artificial bamboo. You get in there, you see a lot of artificial plants. Meanwhile, you see, if you decided to go with the natural ones, they are natural plants that give the place life because they grow.
How do you have artificial plants at our airport?
Look, you should.
I think we are
Terminal
living.
3,
I think
don't know how.
that we are living an artificial life.
That's the thing.
AstroTurf
Convenience.
for green grass, artificial plants.
And the thing gathers dust. It's not nice. It's ugly. Really, it's very ugly.
For me, there are two things we need to talk about: the issue of people in communities working together, because when we all do what serves our personal interest, the assemblies will do what they like. Number two, the assemblies must be responsible and accountable for the spaces we've given them to manage. And we have to find a way to holding them accountable. Number three, the rich people who pay for these apartments, they must have a sense of environmental stewardship. Right? There's just too many layers of concrete in our city. It's becoming a very messy place to live. I'm thinking of leaving Accra to go and live in Wo or something.
Yeah, but you need to come to Accra.
I won't come.
We'll do a message studio for you.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure I want to live all my life in this city.
Yeah, I mean, of course.
I don't think so.
You want to retire and go somewhere.
I really don't think I want to live all my life in Accra.
Look, while we are at it, someone has sent a video. This is refuse around the 37.
That is, I spoke about this,
going towards
this is a common scene everywhere.
What is this?
I don't think I want to stay all my life here.
Yeah, I mean, that is...
I don't think Accra has enough good air.
Bernard.
No, the quality of the air here is terrible. It's contaminated.
I definitely think I will move to Ho.
You see, that is a great choice.
I have to move.
I tell you that...
And go and teach people how to do development journalism.
That's a great thing.
And breathe good air.
That's good.
So that my children will speak good air.
That's good.
Because Accra is even corrupting their air. So me, I've made up my mind. I don't want to stay here.
But you see, I don't know the last time you used the Lagos Avenue.
I said do this for me.
Let me do it.
Send us your comments on how. Now, what I also want is ideas on how we can be effective environmental stewards. So this morning, we know the problem. What I want is tell me how you're doing. I give an example of a friend of mine who has mobilized people who work in a community to plant trees. Yes. I want other ideas on how we can be better environmental stewards. Don't come here and tell me that somebody is doing something wrong. We know. Tell me what we can do to be better environmental stewards. Karen, so do this for me quickly.
Thank you. So this is coming from the Office of the Registrar of Companies, and it's issuing a final reminder to all registered business owners, company directors, secretaries, and partners of incorporated partnerships in Ghana that there will be no extension beyond 30th June 2025 deadline for the filing of your annual returns and the renewal of business names. You know how we've done it. Since 14th April, we've sent a press release alerting you to comply. And so if you default, there's going to be 1,000 Ghana Cedi penalty in addition to your filing fees. So we urge you, companies and business owners, comply with these statutory obligations within the specified time frame to ensure continuity and avoid the risk of being delisted from the official register. We don't request for Momo online, so please disregard any such comments or responses or messages if you got any. WhatsApp or Telegram us on 059 952 5774. Follow us on socials, ORC Ghana. ORC is a trusted partner for business. Bernard, there is a concept known as green walls.
Okay.
Green walls is a way you can green your space, even if you. So let's say you've moved into an apartment. There isn't a lot of space within that side, but you have a balcony, you have a corridor somewhere. Green walls are basically vertical structures. So within that balcony side, maybe to the left or right, where the sun faces much more, you can have like a shelf, and then you have green plants growing there. It can be fitted in for you. You can have vining plants that grow on it, and it spreads across. It has that cooling effect you get when the space is green. So I'm coming in with this for those within
Green
urban
walls.
spaces, yes, that do not have a lot of land for vegetation. You can do vertical vegetation, and that works equally fine. So just speak to your gardener and you're good to go. Green walls.
Yeah, I think it's an important call, especially given the increasing numbers we see from the estate developers who are developing high-rise apartments and these blocks that we're talking about. You also notice that a lot of townhouses are also being built.
Correct.
These townhouses are being built on small spaces, which they say they are trying to optimize the space, but in the process, they do not leave too much room for these little parks and things like that to develop. So I think it's important to reinforce the point you make that in the process of doing these things, yes, we realize that land is a very expensive commodity here in Accra, but in buying these townhouses, people should also endeavor to invest in the greenery. I was so happy that many of the people who attended the Agri fair went to where they were selling plants and flowers and all of these things, and got a lot of them to their homes. It would seem that there's that awareness within a certain category of people as to whether it is something that rings bell within the ears of the people in charge of the affairs. It's an entirely different matter. You were talking about ideas. You see, I know that there are people who have quite a lot of money which they use, buy apartments, which they're entitled to do as a form of investment and all of that. But when we have some of these people say that, okay, instead of buying an apartment block or maybe, what do you call it, the one at the very top, penthouse that is in excess of $1.5 million, how about spending that money, buy a space in Accra,
keep it green,
just dedicate it to greenery.
Make it
you buy the place, people are fighting to build apartments and all of that. You say that, look, for the next 100 years, I want the people of Ghana to see that, look, it is possible that people can invest in these spaces so that you can encourage other people to do it. You buy the space, you don't use it for any apartment block or anything. You just commit resources to, greening that space.
Planting a garden space where
exactly, and people can even put your name on it if you want. That's what you want. I think it is possible to start like that, and it works.
And also maybe we can encourage community environment clubs, where the people can come together to say we will plant trees and we'll protect our green spaces, and that maybe we will make sure that in the next 4 or 5 years there will be so many greens that when it rains the flooding will not be that much. Because usually when there's more trees in an area it affects and reduces the level of flooding.
It does.
So, but I want people to talk to me about what they can do. Kale, if you can read some comments for me this morning.
There's one here that says, thanks for mentioning the Pantime Village at Bokobi Road. The Ghana East Municipal Assembly must set up now. Please don't stop talking about it. We have complained to the engineer, but we don't see any results yet. Okay, so more messages. Good morning, Bernard. There's a disaster waiting on the Weija Kaswa Highway. Artisans are encroaching the green belt along the Weija Dam. You don't mean it. We all know this dam supplies over 60% of the city's water supply. Every week you will see a fitting shop springing up. It's a matter of time. It's only a matter of time we start seeing chemical and solid waste polluting the dam. Let's not turn a blind eye to this menace. The Weija Gbawe Assembly should come up with a plan to protect this green belt. Very important. You didn't add your name. Thank you for raising that. Bernard, a former mayor of Tema so campus Ofosu Wari started the children's park around the TDC area. He just wasted our money because it turned out to be a weedy reptile-infested space which never got commissioned. Kofi, right? Green
so
spaces.
what have we done about it since he left? He left power almost 10 years ago. So what have the people of Tema done about that space since campaign? In fact, somebody also sent a message on this Tema thing. Let me just read it quickly for you. He says, Ben, I was attending at Tema School when the 31st Zimbabwe Women's Movement secured land and developed Children's Park there in the late 80s. And then it was officially opened by Nana Credo Ajima Rawlings. Unfortunately, as the influence of the movement declined in the 2000s, the park became a target for private developers. Similarly, the Zimbabwe Women's Movement developed part of the Dansoman complex where the Keep Fit Club now operates into a children's park with a community library during the same period. Today, as a society, we've lost sight of all the value of children's and community parks. This is from Morris. So
I think we need Green Spaces Protection Act.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I agree with you. It can be a private member's bill.
Yeah, that's there. But this one will be a dedicated act.
Because this is particularly an urban problem.
Exactly.
I like it. Green Spaces Protection Act.
Yes.
Which will empower the Forestry Commission to be custodians of all green spaces and to prevent their sale to private developers. I think it's a good thing.
Won't that be captured in the Forestry Act?
No. In this case, it's a dedicated parent act.
People are trying to sell Achimota Forest for private developers.
Even that one, they sold some of it. Some of them were willed to forever to.
So they are grandchildren.
Their grandchildren.
So you call it the Green
Spaces Protection Act.
No, think about. I like it, and this may be parks and gardens.
Yes.
Working with Forestry Commission to preserve it. Green Spaces Protection Act. I like it.
New laws.
I want to ask Sky is bringing in the law.
Forestry Commission. Please, Richard Sky just giving us free consultancy that we should come up with a Green Spaces Protection Act to empower you and parks and gardens to protect green spaces. If you are interested, let's talk. We can work together to get it done. Because I think that's progressive use of law to develop our country.
I agree. My only disagreement is that my point of divergence is that I think that the EPA Act and the Local Governance Act should be able to cater for that, and that I don't think that we'll need to create a new law to necessarily deal with this problem. Yes. But I wanted to draw attention. I just wanted to draw attention to the call this morning as to what we're doing to protect our environment or keep the environment clean. And this is a civic duty that is enshrined in the Constitution. So I take us to Article 41. And with your permission, Bernard, I would like to read what it says. Article 41K. It says that the exercise and enjoyment of rights and freedoms is inseparable from the performance of duties and obligations.
Correct.
And accordingly, it shall be the duty of every citizen. And then you come down to K, to protect and safeguard the environment.
Wonderful.
And so, once it's enshrined in the Constitution, once we've got Local Governance Act as well as the EPA Act, I believe that it's a matter of enforcement. It's a matter of taking action. Individuals, we have a responsibility in there. I believe that our local assemblies also have a responsibility there. Maybe Sky, you should consider a suit against the relevant authorities.
In Ghana.
Yes.
I like the Green Spaces Protection thing he's talking about because I don't think there's been a deliberate recognition of the problem.
Okay.
A lot of money comes into Ghana that needs to be properly accounted for, and I feel like our real estate market is overbloated because most people see real estate as the place to store money. So when people want to build, the people who put up these apartments, they have no regard for there's no regard for the sanctity of the green space. And the assemblies have become so weak because if somebody has a certain substantial amount to invest, somehow the assemblies become almost like petrified. It's like, no, we can't touch this guy, he's a rich guy. And the way in some countries the communities jealously protect their green spaces, we don't do that because we haven't trained our people to recognize the importance of greenery. All right, I wanted a quick backstory to the Tema Children's Park. So David Annan is a former mayor of Tema MC for the Tema area. He's joining me to give me some background to this. Ms. Annan, thanks for joining the program.
Thank you.
Somebody was saying that this green space for children was started under Kempis Ofosuware. Is that correct, or does it date back much earlier?
It goes far back. You know, the area developed by Kempis was an area also reserved as you call it a green belt. But he made an effort to do some development over there. And so that's why we see what is there. And I don't think it serves the purpose. What he did there doesn't serve the purpose for which the area was left.
So what is the state of the place as we speak? Do you know?
At the moment, the place is grown up. Not any structure there that is being utilized. At a point in time, there was a building that was put up there, and somebody was using it. But I think it is not in any good use at the moment. But my concern is more with the empty space behind the Tema Secondary School wall. That area was acquired years back by the Zonta Club of Ghana. And so we have people like Dr. Kubaji, Dr. Ando. Those times I met them, I had few conversations with them. But the challenge we are having with that place now is that private interest is overriding the interest for which the area was reserved. People are going in. And I think we hide behind the fact that, private sector development, private people can go in and develop it. But when the private people go in and develop, fine, the place will be developed. But it will not serve the purpose for which it was made. For example, because Tema was built up in the early days, they left that place up an area for an outdoor playing ground. I think the 31st December put a few images there. They tried and people were going in there to use it. It was fine. But after some time, it was left. The place was left, so the land has been lying fallow. Many people met me those times. They want to develop, but the plan that they bring is completely out of phase with what it was initially planned for. You and I love the green, and therefore me, if you come into my house, I have an area like a full plot area for green grass. I love it, and so I wanted the place to be kept for that. But people who come in are coming to have concrete and concrete and concrete and concrete. That is what we must guard against. Persons going there now, they want to develop it, but they want to put concrete, which will defeat the initial purpose for which the area was reserved. And I think that's what has destroyed most of the, how do I call it, the green belts left in Tema.
So whose duty is it? Whose duty is it to protect these green belts in Tema?
Yes. Once more, I didn't hear you well.
I said, whose duty is it to protect these green spaces in Tema?
The green spaces are to be protected by TDC.
TDC, not TMA. TDC.
TDC.
I see. Do you know if they are doing that?
Tema has a very peculiar, structure. TDC, all the land was put on the TDC. Now, from beginning up to today, they still don't want to leave the duty of the planning for TMA. And I can be proven wrong. Up to today, they have not even shared the initial plan for the development of Tema with TMA. If they did it yesterday, then probably I don't know. But they have it. And so they hold it. And so they decide when they want to do a rezoning. And they rezone and they sell. And whatever is developed over there becomes completely out of phase with what initially was planned for. You know that between each two communities, like between Community 4 and Community 7, there's a green belt. Between Community 8 and Community 9, there's a green belt. But even between 7 and 8, there's a green belt. All those places have become concrete. They have all become concrete, and all were done by TDC. Because the situation of Tema doesn't make it so difficult for whoever goes to TMB to manage. TDC says, which is only the custodian of the land, holding custody of the land for the state. they also go ahead and approve plans, which shouldn't be their responsibility. And that's one cause of the problem. So politicians go there, they get the land, and they do whatever without even any say from TMA. So that is actually the problem over there. And so unless the Minister of Local Government and Works and Housing see how they manage that interface, the problem will persist. And all the green areas left in Tema will go unless they have a way of managing it. Thank you.
Thank you for your time, David. Annan is a former Metropolitan Chief Executive for Tema area. It's 11 minutes to the top of the hour. This morning, we're just reflecting on how to make our urban areas more livable, discussing the lack of greenery. Why are we talking about this? We are at the Children's Park from Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Hosted us for 3-day Agri Fair, and we're so happy that a space like this has been preserved in Accra against all odds. And we're asking why we can't have all of this. For example, Accra has about 4 cardinal points. Yeah. The southern part from Adenta area, the western part from Weja to Kasua, the eastern part, Tema, should all have, the northern part in Adenta, should all have some green park for people to go and be able to do this type of things. Yeah. Unfortunately, green spaces are under severe threat from uncontrolled urban development and people putting up real estate. This guy is proposing, what did he call it?
It says Green Spaces Protection Act.
Green Spaces Protection Act. I thought that was quite interesting. The way it came out spontaneously. A Green Spaces Protection Act, which will, and I think Francisca believes that the law already exists, but possibly emphasize, in Ghana, our first recourse to any problem is a law. But the truth is that our attitudes are what stinks. It's not the law. We just don't have the right values. So for me, even though I like laws, I feel like the people, we don't value the right things. Somebody moves into an estate with big high-rise building and he's happy. You should feel, there's something you should feel that this is not right. So if you don't build it into the people by way of education, conscientization, you can change all the laws you want, but nothing is going to change. Because laws in themselves don't change people's behavior. It's people's values that direct what they do.
Enforcement of laws can bring about some amount of change. Why,
Correct.
When you travel to Europe, you cannot drop a bottle is because there's enforcement of the laws.
Correct.
Why you get away with it when you do it here is because the laws are not enforced.
So 100% correct, you are right. But in a place where institutions are weak, you can still have attitude. So I think both work together, right? So when you have a country where the laws work, you go to Singapore, you can't do certain things. Whether your attitude is right or wrong, you have to follow the law. But in our society, where institutions are weak, assemblies are not very effective, we should also do advocacy for people to have a certain value system. You get it? Because for me, and there's an interesting example Spio Gabra gave, that when the US and Japan were having their conversations about access to each other's market, the US people said, you guys have flooded our country with your cars, so which you are going to bring rice into your country. Then Japanese said, no problem, bring your rice. But Japanese say, we don't like your rice, we like our rice.
End of story.
So the government allowed US to bring rice to Japan, but you can't force somebody to eat food that he does not like.
Yeah.
So I think the invisible, the soft is harder than the law. When people believe that it's bush to have a house without a grass. If you train people to say building without green space is backwardness. If you train people like that, you don't need to change the law. You get it? So
I get your point.
I feel like we miss it. We can use the media to do that. Why do people come for the event? Because we've told them that buy made in Ghana, and they believe it. We didn't put a gun to their head. They came on their own.
Bernard, I have some good news for you. For the gentleman who is organizing people to plant trees, there's a message coming from the Forestry Commission that they would love to get in touch with them to provide them with seedlings.
So they haven't said they need seedlings, and I don't know if I'm not being. I probably could. I'm saying they have not said they have any problem.
Okay.
They've probably done this in spite of not getting any support.
Right.
So I don't know if they're interested.
Right.
But for what it's worth, I'll tell them that
Fantastic.
I mentioned your thing on air and Forestry Commission to get in touch with you.
I'd be happy.
I would be happy if more people who are not yet doing it to say want to do
get
it.
Engaged, yes.
So instead of saying this guy's already doing it,
Good.
if people will say, look, Aloski, we want to start planting trees at Teshi,
Yes.
or at
Tunnel Junction to School Junction,
and we need help.
Okay.
Do you follow me?
Yeah.
So I feel like we need to have more people volunteer to do this. Then the Forestry Commission can then be in a position
and help with
to help them. So if you are listening to us and you're getting any ideas around, maybe you have a Omuto eating friends, you meet over the weekend, add something useful to it beyond the eating of the Omuto. You get it? Or you are whatever, you are in some club, so you go and play hockey or whatever. You know, let's take responsibility for our development. Because in my lifetime, I'm 44 years old. I don't think assemblies will change. You know, I feel like if I don't start doing things that I want to see in Ghana, I'm not going to see any difference. Because I don't think the guys being appointed at MMDCs all of a sudden will decide that they are going to. No, it's going to take a whole generation. You probably need to train your kids. And the way I've been training our kids with computers and they are not even going out, I don't even have any hope there. So if I don't take responsibility for the space I'm in, nothing's going to change.
So I'm believing that listeners who are listening to us who want to start this in particular can get in touch, let us know so we can
connect with
something. Yes.
So maybe you come together and you want to form a green club.
Please reach out.
You can call it the whatever you area, Kotobabi Green Club, North Carnation Green areas.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that if you drive 2 square kilometers and there's no greenery in your area, you are living below the level God managed, because the plants, they are there for a reason.
Yeah.
They are there for a reason. Let's be environmental stewards. There are a few comments. Francis can help us read a few of them.
Okay, so this message says green spaces within our communities are very key for longevity. When you visit South Africa, every city and neighborhood has a green space where people can go early in the morning to relax, etc. This is very critical for our community's sustainability. Good morning, Bernard and team. On the same aviation road, there was a football field where we used to go to stretch out. This park is between the new Adenta DVLA and Aviation Estate. Early this year, they have dumped some stones on the park all over the pitch. You can visibly see Post Office Road for Muslims to gather. I'm not sure that part is making sense on the road, but that's a message. Another one says, Bernard, the parks matter is very important. Thanks for adding your voice. All the recreational places we have in this country must be paid for. You can't even take your girlfriend or family out without having to pay. Restaurants, beaches, and tourist sites are the only locations we have at our disposal. Kwame Teshi. Caleb, you can relate, eh?
No, generally...
You need somewhere to take your girlfriend.
No, generally, he's making a point.
So this is from Justice in Medina. Hi, my seniors. These things you're saying, my people won't do. Greed is the order of the day. Everyone wants to build a glorified building. That is what we use to mark success today.
Really sad.
Another one coming in, we are individualistic because we don't have the power and authority to implement anything. You're considered too known and those in charge see you as a bother. Meanwhile, you'll be using your own time and resources. Nana from Mensa says, I blame our architects for this problem. Why can't they design their buildings among trees? Elsewhere, it will be done. Public schools in most of our rural areas are environmentally attractive than many of our expensive dollar-paying school fees institutions.
Correct.
Danfa Methodist and Kweman Presby are an envy to many people living around.
Wonderful.
Okay, Ato says, solution to neglect on compliance. 1. Set up an independent entity whose responsibility is to recheck the compliance to percentage use of land as against hard areas and soft areas.
Wonderful. Clearly,
the municipal assemblies are compromised. So a different entity who are only paid for correcting compliance.
I agree with this guy.
Okay, Esinam from Fintech says, good morning, team. Please, what tree can I grow in my house? Any recommendations?
Caleb has a lot. Caleb, recommend trees that don't have roots that break walls.
Okay, so you can do a lot of fruit trees like orange, mango, coconut, pear, avocado, and those would do. You can do ornamental
Do they
ones.
have roots that don't? Because my challenge was, as I said to you, I had this shady tree that started breaking my wall.
So royal palm does well. It grows long, it provides shade, and the root is not disruptive.
Wonderful.
But there are those that are not so high. You can do monsteras. You can do... No, when you just Google them...
How well do orange trees go in terms of their roots? Because mango there to spoil your wall.
It depends on
if
where
you have big land,
if
you
you
can
have
put mango in the
space,
middle.
you can do that.
But if you don't have you have a small space.
Yes, if you have small space, then you can do shrubs. You can do shorter.
What about guava?
The root I don't think is disruptive.
Yeah, guava
is a good example.
Guava is a good example.
It's highly recommended. Yes.
Yeah.
But you can do other
Star fruit is also pretty good. It doesn't break the walls.
That's correct.
Yeah.
That's correct.
You should do a blog on your trees. You're a very good environmental guy. You should do a once a week article on trees.
You know, Bernard,
I'm serious. I would listen. I will read it. If you did a weekly post on trees.
Okay.
I would read it.
It's fun. It's great. It's relaxing too. For those who use dispenser bottles, for example, when you're done, you want to dispose it. Don't just dispose it. Because even when the aboboya or whatever, you pay money for it to be gone.
So you can put black soil in it.
Put soil in it. Go for something called pothos. Pothos. It creeps. It will just grow very beautiful.
And it can be on your porch.
Yes, or sansevieras.
And you water it once a week.
Once a week or
once a day.
Twice. You water it every other 2 days.
Okay, every other day.
And it's fine. Each have their own whatever demands. Some can be indoor, some are outdoor. So even in your office, you can have plants there.
You need to help me.
So there is something called Swiss cheese plants.
You need to help me.
It's a plant that has cheese.
I don't have any green tea in my office.
Meanwhile, your space is very nice, so I can get you something.
It will help me.
Yeah, we'll do.
Let's read a few more comments.
All right. Good morning, Citi. I've also noticed that the astroturfs that are being constructed do not have any tree or anything green incorporated into their construction across the country. I hope the sports ministry can come in to set the standards. That's Mauli from East Legon.
Correct.
Good morning, Koku. I believe our dear country needs more practical, development-oriented engineers to change the fortunes of this country and not necessarily training thousands of lawyers. I put it to you folks are hijacking the space. However, they do not build literally.
One of them is reading a message you just read.
And in as much as I agree with him, we can't operate in a jungle. So granted that we need more builders, even builders have to be regulated.
And they must know the law.
Exactly. Very and the law is the law.
Hey!
I thought you would defend it.
The law is the law. The law is the law.
Okay, so another message coming in. Good morning, Bernard and team. I always thought that a law that makes it compulsory for every property to have a percentage of land dedicated to greenery can help a lot. So that's Swansea. The guy saying he blames architects. Will he not cry when an architect charges actual charges? He should know that an architect is ideally to charge about three quarters, or I don't get it.
I think it's 3 to 4%.
3 to 4% of the estimated cost of the project, and that's coming in from Ato.
I think we haven't complained about architect charges on this show yet. If you're looking for a little more life without spending money, without spending more, I get it. Every city counts. That's why we want to share something that's really made a difference. We're talking about the Absa Bapa account, designed for people like us who work hard and deserve more for less. So a free GH Link card, access to loans up to 50,000 cedis, high interest on savings, free SMS alerts, and seamless mobile and online banking. No need to join long queues and many more. Now, if you are looking for more value, more peace of mind, and more control over your money, then Absa Bapa account is just the account for you. T's and C's apply. Open an Absa account today and get more. DSTV has cooked something absolutely amazing for you. An upgrade to the next higher package on us. All you need to do is to pay your subscription fee, get an instant upgrade onto the next higher package. Enjoy the FIFA Club World Cup, best of drama, awesome entertainment for the kids, reality shows, novellas, epic Ghanaian family fun, and more with DSTV. Pay today using *759# or any of our payment options. This promo is on till 31st July. Parents, the world is changing fast, driven by AI and technology. Will your child be ready for the future? Join Nyansa Post Institute of STEM Bootcamp, or join Nyansa Post Institute STEM Bootcamp, happening this July 21st to August 8th at Academic City. Your child wouldn't just learn, they'll build, explore, and learn in exciting fields like 3D design and printing, Python programming, artificial intelligence and robotics, game development, cybersecurity, and augmented and virtual reality. This world-class camp is designed by engineers and educators from both the USA and Ghana, combining global innovation with local excellence to give your child a real edge in today's tech-driven world. Don't wait. Spots are limited. Call or WhatsApp 053-711-7334 to register now. Nyanza Post STEM Bootcamp. Your child future starts here. When we come back, we're taking you into day 2 of our final week of the On Air series, City Business Festival. What are we talking about? We're talking about the Fintech revolution in Ghana. My guest is Kwame Awaga. Stay with us.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Hey, of course. You know we have been friends since childhood, and we always tell each other everything.
Oh, Cynthia, I know that. And that is why you are my best friend.
We even eat together, and I have spare keys to your room. I also know your phone password.
Cynthia, don't I also know your phone password?
Yes, so. But what about your Momo PIN?
Hey, no way.
Indeed, Akos. Your Momo PIN is your secret. Do not share your PIN for any reason or give your PIN to someone to send cash on your behalf. Debida, never give out your PIN or OTP as a means of claiming a so-called promotional prize one. Your PIN is like your toothbrush. It only belongs to you. Stay alert.
MTN.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the game of choices. Listen with rapt attention. Round 1, question 1. Elevator or stairs?
Stairs.
Now the second question. Less than 4 hours or at least 6 hours of sleep at night?
At least 6 hours of sleep.
The last question. Yomi yogurt or...
Yomi yogurt, of course.
Oh, I'm not done.
No need. That's my choice. Yomi yogurt.
Life is full of choices. Always remember that the choices we make today shape our tomorrow. Whether it's a morning start, a midday snack, or a dessert, our delicious Yomi yogurt is here to nourish you. Yummy, a nourishing choice. This advert is FDA approved.
Where are you?
Bossman, I'm at the bank.
Really? But your car is in front of your house.
Bro, my bank on my phone, Charlie.
Oh, how?
EcoBank, bro. With EcoBank mobile app, I can do everything, anywhere, anytime. Listen, I just checked my account balance, paid Ahmed's school fees, and sent money to my grandma at Walwale.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Master, just download the EcoBank mobile app from the Google Play Store or the App Store, or dial *770# and be your own bank manager.
Manager.
Whether to pay bills or fees, to check account statements, send money across Ghana, abroad, and more, EcoBank mobile app has got it covered. EcoBank Mobile, making everyday people live everyday lives the EcoBank way. EcoBank, the Pan-African bank.
As a busy professional, I struggled with back and neck strain from long hours at my desk. To improve my focus, productivity, and well-being, I sought expert advice from the CEO of Expert Office Furnish.
After being in the furniture business for 25 years, I can tell you 2 things that causes back pain in the workspace: bad sitting posture and not sitting on a good chair. I recommend to you the Genevia Beeper chair, the chair that helps you to sit right. When you don't sit right, it beeps for you to be able to sit right. The next will be the Enjoy chair. It takes every body shape and size. Buy a chair that will support your back and give you that comfort to be able to deliver on your job.
Expert Office Furnish offers molding furniture for comfort, productivity, and style. From seating to customized solutions, plus interior decoration services, they've got it all. Find them off the Atomic Hills Estate Road in Ashonman, or call 0571 386602 on Facebook and Instagram at Expert Office Furnish.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation. The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Welcome to another edition of your On Air series for City Business Festival 2025. This is our final week. We're focused on digital economy, and today we're answering 2 important questions. So, who or what are fintechs? and how are they changing the way we live and work? Don't forget the City Business Festival is brought to you by Absa Bank, MTN, and Zonda Tech. When you come back, I'll tell you who my guest is as we delve into how fintechs are changing the way we work in this ecosystem. Welcome back. So what is a fintech? How important are they in our financial sector? And why have they become so pervasive? To answer those questions, I have a guy who, he's so passionate about the sector, now he's known as Fintech Kwame. Kwame Awaga is a big man. He is a board member of the Africa Fintech Network, and of course the president of the Ghana Fintech and Payments Association. Kwame, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Bernard. Thank you for having me.
Did your parents name you Fintech Kwame, or it was given to you?
I think that's a name I took, just so that I could be branded as such and be identified as one leading the industry.
What is interesting is that if you mentioned that name 20 years ago, nobody would know what the hell Fintech was.
Yes.
But it's amazing how now it's almost a word we use every day.
Yes.
So when we say a fintech, what do we mean?
I think let's not think too far.
Okay.
Fintech is just the amalgamation of finance and technology.
Okay.
So basically the application of financial or digital solutions to deliver financial services.
Simple.
Simple.
So the tool is the technology.
Yes.
The finance is the product.
Is the product.
I see. So are fintechs financial organizations or technology companies?
So it can be both.
Okay.
So when this whole narrative started, so I always say that fintechs have always been with us. But one of the things we need to understand that is that they have not always been at the front end. They've always been at the back end in the financial sector. But we need to understand that during the 2008 global financial crisis, that is when it became pervasive for them to decipher between the compliance and then the front-ending product. And so therefore, fintech became a thing. So, you know, during the 2008 global financial crisis, when that happened, the banks were basically thinking about compliance and regulatory issues. So then the fintechs were like, okay, we've always worked with you. We've always been at the back end. But right now, you are not able to, you know, face the customers directly. And you bear with me that banks have always not been able to reach the last mile.
Yes.
And this was a very important conversation which needs to be, you know, identified and worked on. So the fintechs were like, okay, we can rather reach these people faster than you can.
Okay.
And so then, why don't we then provide the solutions, the customer-facing solutions, and you handle the big issues when it comes to compliance and regulatory side of the whole conversation. And that's how fintechs became a thing.
I see. So are there different types of fintechs?
There are. There are a lot. Now, one of the things I want to also decipher today on this channel is for us to understand what fintech is, let's cast our mind back.
Okay.
I already gave a definition of what fintech is, but let's understand that fintech is not separate from mobile money. Fintech is not separate from cryptocurrency. Now, just like how in a household you have a mother and you have the children, fintech is the embodiment of digital payments, of cryptocurrency, of insurance technology, of remittances. So the industry is growing and is big, and there are new innovative things coming on daily.
Let's take our time. So fintech is the parent.
Yes.
Out of it, we have digital payments.
Yeah.
We have
cryptocurrency. Yes. Which one on the blockchain?
Which one on blockchain?
Yeah.
We have remittances.
Yes.
And then you also have insurance technology.
And so we have mobile money.
And
we have wallets.
So they are all strands of fintech.
Is it? Yes.
So there's a massive sector then.
It's a massive industry. It's a very massive industry.
Okay.
Yes.
But it didn't appear so. Because so of the five you mentioned, would you say which is the biggest?
There's actually more. Remittance and mobile money. And digital payments. 3, actually.
Remittance, which is essentially sending money from maybe outside into a country.
Yeah.
Through,
from the diaspora into the country.
So remittance, mobile money, and data payments will be the top 3.
The top
crypto
3.
is also growing.
Yeah, crypto is also a growing industry.
So is fintech in the form you've described, the top 5, is it more a developing world issue than developed world? So, for example, Ghana, Bangladesh, Pakistan will have more fintechs than, say, US, Europe?
Yes. So I always say that, yes, that's the correct thing to say. So fintech is more a developing country context. And I've always, stuck to the fact that fintech in itself, or the tools or the technologies that make fintech viable are more applicable in the context of developing countries like Africa. Okay, so we have technologies that are running or that fintechs are running on, like the distributed ledger technology, DLT. We have the blockchain. We have artificial intelligence. We have, the Internet of Things, Web3. These are all the technologies, all the tools
that the fintechs run on.
That the fintechs leverage to provide front-facing, customer-enhancing products.
Quite interesting. So we need to distinguish between the tools or the platforms.
The tools and then the services, the products.
Wonderful.
Which are mobile money, cryptocurrency, all these others we mentioned.
You gave a bit of history about 2008.
Yeah.
By the way, in Ghana, which is the biggest? Is it mobile money? Will it be remittances? Will it be payments? Do we know which fintech has the most penetration? Which type has the most penetration?
Currently, I would say that would be the mobile money industry.
Mobile money.
Yes, followed by the remittance space.
Remittance.
Because as at April, we have over 300 billion Ghana cedis transactions on the mobile money platforms alone.
Whoa. So Momo is clearly number one.
Momo is clearly leading, yeah.
And then you feel remittance.
Remittances, yeah.
I'm told the last time they calculated over $6 billion. $6
billion, $4.5 to $6 billion.
Per annum?
Yes.
If you multiply that by,
is what comes into Ghana.
But that $6 billion, if you multiply that by
10,
that's about 60
billion.
60 billion. So Momo is still bigger.
Yes.
What about payments?
So payments is just the providing of those tools for businesses. So you notice some companies use or ask for POS systems, or they want to use a QR code. And so you go to a restaurant and then you are asked to just swipe your card on their POS machine or just scan their QR code. And so those are digital payments rails or channels that the fintechs also provide for these businesses.
So those are the tools. So it looks like things like in digital insurance and they are not that big, right? The other ones you mentioned.
I mean, insurance in Ghana has not really has under 5% penetration in Ghana, and so I mean a lot of more work needs to be done there. Then we also have embedded finance, which is also coming up. I mean, the Bank of Ghana has initiated calls for the introduction of the digital credit lenders, the digital credit providers framework that is being put up. Then we have open banking that's also coming up. Then we also have cryptocurrency. Of course, the governor mentioned that from September 2025, we are going to start, licensing crypto or the regulatory framework for crypto is going to be out. So there's a lot of other adjoining industries or sectors that are coming up or emerging out of the whole fintech industry. And so it's a very vibrant, very large industry, and I think there's a lot happening.
How did fintechs become so important? You mentioned the financial crisis. Some people also talk about M-Pesa.
M-Pesa is basically mobile money in Kenya.
Yes, as the example of how people saw its
relevance,
viability in the African context. So if I ask you what led to the explosion of fintech, would you say it's M-Pesa? Would you say are you able to identify what made fintech become so powerful in Africa?
So if I were also to ask you a rhetorical question, that are you happy or have you ever been happy with your traditional banking services?
Oh, of course, I'll have a problem.
Yeah, of course.
Definitely not.
And that's the same narrative that we all carry, that the banks have not really been consumer focused.
Consumer friendly even?
Yes. So that is basically what fintechs bring to the fore.
Okay.
So, like I said, during the 2008 financial crisis, fintechs have always been with us. Like I said, they've always served as technology service providers to the banks.
Okay.
So think about your ATM machine, the technologies that the fintechs run on, or the banks run on. These were services that were being provided at the back end by these fintechs. But like I said, during the 2008 crisis, we realized, okay, there's a need for financial inclusion. And like you earlier mentioned before the interview, financial inclusion has been, at the dominant area of making sure that financial access reaches everybody, okay, the underserved, but the banks have not been able to achieve that. So we realized, okay, looking at where we are headed now, the concept of M-Pesa came as, okay, at that time, in 2007, 2006, you could send credit to somebody via your feature phone, your mobile phone, without any hindrance, okay? And so that concept brought about the fact that, okay, if I could send maybe 10 CDs to you via a mobile phone, via a USSD channel, can we do same with money? That's how the whole concept started. And so it was tested in 2007 in Kenya and became Exasys, and then in 2008, Ghana also started it. But the banks were not really for it when it started. The banks were like, okay, what is, what was the business of telcos in or mobile money service providers or, the telecommunication industries in the financial industry? So they were not really interested in it. They were not forthcoming with it. And right now the train has moved and left.
So they are now trying to catch up.
They are now trying to catch up. Yes. So that's how the whole conversation started. And just from the idea of sending a text message, now we have that same solution being delivered in the financial services industry, and it's amazing.
This is the Citi Business Festival, our honor series, and this morning we're discussing the evolution of fintechs, essentially how fintechs are changing the way we will live and work. My guest is Fintech Kwame, who's a board member of the Africa Fintech Association, and he's also the president of the Ghana Fintech and Payments Association. When we come back, you will try and answer a couple more questions. So, how have fintechs changed the way we live and work? What are the key success factors for fintech to become a driver for economic growth? And what kind of future does he see for the fintech sector? Stay with us. Welcome back. This is the Honors Series for Citi Business Festival 2025, brought to you by Absa Bank, MTN, Business, and of course, Zonda Technology. Today we're discussing fintechs and how they change the way we live and work. My guest is Fintech Kwame. Kwame Awaga is a big man in the fintech sector. He just returned from an important conference. He's a board member of the Africa Fintech Association, and he leads the fintech efforts in Ghana, president of the Ghana Fintech and Payments Association. So Kwame, talk to me a bit about how fintechs are changing the way we live. Explain to some listeners the applications of fintech and how it's changed the way we live and do business.
Okay. So currently we have in Ghana, for instance, or across the world in Africa, we have a thriving youthful population. Okay. And this population basically makes a chunk of the entire spectrum of individuals in the world or in Africa. Now, these people are tech savvy. They are not really interested in, long processes and all that. For instance, going to the bank. So I'm going to give you some practical insights. Now, these are people who always want things at their fingertips. Okay. So then, with this understanding, we can attest to the fact that they want things easy and fast. And that is what fintechs bring to the fore. Speed, trust, and confidence. So they want the trust, they want the speed in the industry, and they want the confidence. For instance, just imagine, so I started my working in the Ministry of Finance. So in the Ministry of Finance in Ghana here, there are some banks dotted around the ministry. So let's say on a normal day, I have about 1 hour for lunch. Let's say I spend 30 minutes of that 1 hour to eat lunch, and then I want to access a traditional bank, or maybe go to the bank to do any transaction. Now, I go to the bank. Of course, I have to move from wherever I am to the bank. That takes time and effort. Then I also get to the bank. Of course, there are long queues in the banking halls. Okay. Now, I also have to wait to go through that whole queue. Of course, by the time I'm done with my banking transactions or whatever whatever I went there to do, that 30 minutes would have been exhausted. So there is lack of productivity and time wastage and cost trying to access a banking service. If you just imagine back then trying to get your financial statements, you have to go to the bank, pay for it before it is given to you. Now, gone are also the days where e-commerce was not really a thing. Now we have fintech platforms that are embedded into this e-commerce platforms, and you can do your payments once you buy anything on any online shop, and it's delivered straight away to you.
Wow.
So this is what we call the trust, the confidence that fintechs are bringing to the fore.
The speed and the convenience.
The speed and the convenience. So that is how it's making our lives easier. And the things that brought about this is the high mobile penetration, internet availability and accessibility, and data costs.
Okay.
You know, because of all this mobile penetration and all that issues, it has driven down the cost of assessing your daily financial needs. And I've always maintained that having financial access is one of the things that kept Africa or Africans from accessing financial independence and freedom. But now we have digital credit platforms like Fido, like Affinity, that with your Ghana card, you can easily create a digital wallet or bank account without having to even step foot in the bank account. In the banking hall. Just
access to credit.
Access to credit, you know, for businesses and all that. So it's making our lives really easier, faster. And
the financial institutions evolving? You mentioned Fido.
Yeah.
There's Affinity. There's a few other Solis and Co. Is finance waking up to this new reality early? Because the traditional banks still, even though they do technology stuff, they still go through the loan process traditionally.
Yeah.
So for example, when Affinity or these guys come on air, they market the fact that they are using mobile in a way that tells you that traditional banks are not. What is the missing link with the traditional financial institutions?
Well, okay. So because traditional banks or commercial banks as we know it are more, you know, based on a lot of regulatory and bureaucratic issues, or they need to be very compliant. And aside that, they also have the brick and mortar system. I mean, as a fintech founder, I don't necessarily have to open a branch dotted all across the country. With a laptop and Wi-Fi, you know, accessibility or internet accessibility, a fintech company can operate anywhere in the world. Okay. And so, like I said, the commercial banks are now waking up to this reality, but they've always known that these are things that we're going to take them out of, you know, the mainstream. So this is what is happening. Fintechs are now at the front end, providing services to the customers, and the banks, as we know it, are doing the heavy lifting at the back. Maybe that's compliance issues, making sure they are up to standard, or validating the fintechs. Because fintechs don't hold the funds. Okay, we don't hold the funds, and the banks do that. So they have to make sure the hardware, when it comes to you know, compliance related issues, are done by them. So yes, they understand some of these things, and so of course banks are not going away anytime soon. But you know, the fintechs are going to be providing the customer.
Well, but what a bank is could change, right? I remember at the recent event you did 2 years ago, so there was a big debate about compliance
and
innovation, which one is more critical for the survival of the financial sector or whatever. How did that debate end, and where do you sit in that debate?
Regulatory compliance, as we know it, from the regulators and policymakers, would always need to catch up with innovation. Like I said, this industry is growing at a rate that it cannot be stopped. And so regulators cannot match up with our energy. And so they need to always learn from us, give us the room to operate, and then build on those successes or those success stories. And like I said, when mobile money became a success story in Kenya, starting from Kenya, Ghana was now trying to understand. But that train had long moved, and the regulators had to now come in. I mean, even for instance, now, the telcos in Ghana had to differentiate their financial arm, which is the fintech arm, which is from the traditional telco business. So, and that is regulation that has now even permeated in our industry 2-3 years ago.
Long behind.
Wow. You know,
when the change actually occurred.
So I think you understand the whole narrative now. And
so for you, innovation is what drives the growth. Regulation comes in to streamline it so it doesn't destroy itself.
So that, you know, the financial sector was actually built on trust. And you don't want to, as a regulator, get people to not be excited about that trust, or, you know, feel distrust. Like how, I mean, for instance, like what the e-levy did, you know, to erode that trust. So you make sure that, okay, whilst you are also checking, putting your checks and balances in place to regulate this industry, you are making sure that these innovations do not disrupt the sanity of the banking industry or the financial sector.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We are still talking to Fintech Kwame. What areas of innovation are we seeing in the fintech landscape?
Yeah. Currently, open banking is coming up.
Okay.
The draft guidelines for open banking.
What is open banking?
Open banking, where you can have, so open banking is basically open data.
Okay.
Where, you know, there's, in the banking sector, in the financial sector, there's a lot of data moving around.
All right.
And this data is, I mean, the Bank of Ghana has their own data, the financial institutions have their own data, but how can we consolidate this data for the benefit of you, the customer? That's what basically open banking is.
And that's one of the areas of innovation we're seeing. Is that the most important?
That's where we are headed.
Okay.
Yes.
I see. Now, what are some key success factors for the fintech sector? What are the things that need to be in place in the economy to allow the fintech industry to thrive?
Okay. So for Ghana, what actually heralded or gave us the mandate to see the growth of fintechs were 3 policies.
Okay.
The national financial, the national development financial inclusion policy.
Okay.
The NFITS, National Financial Inclusion Development Strategy of Ghana. Then we also have the Cashlight Roadmap and the Digital Financial Services Policy. Okay. These were policies enacted during the early 2000s, from 2015 thereabout, to accelerate the uptake, adoption of digital financial services in the country. And so this policy actually ended in 2023. And so there are others that are coming up. And for instance, like the crypto regulation that is coming up. So these were some of the policies that initiated us into this things that we are seeing now. Yeah.
So there are 3 critical policies that you believe.
Yes.
So, but beyond the policy environment, are we seeing finance go into research? Because usually you also need some research to drive innovation, correct? A lot of the gadgets we use were founded by universities working with private sector together. How do you see that within the fintech context in the African continent? Are we seeing money go into research to develop new products? Is that something that's driving growth?
I think all that is mostly private-led.
Okay.
Because most of the fintechs in Ghana that have raised funding were not mostly from Africa or from Ghana, sadly. And so most of this research-tailored funding or things that have been done are from the diaspora, from the West, and all that. That is why, for instance, we at the association, we were lobbying to see the launch of the 50 million fintech growth fund that the current government has promised, to see how we can build local capital for some of these things. You talked about research. That is very critical, research and development. And then we also are looking at maybe raising local capital, local entrepreneurs. Because honestly, from where I sit, honestly, Bernard, from where I sit, I have seen a lot of innovative solutions being built by local startups and local entrepreneurs that can rival any other fintech platform around the world. And so we need to invest in them, and we need to provide them with the resources, and that is not being done locally. And so I think this is a clarion call for all of us locally to champion some of these discussions.
How large is the fintech community in Ghana? How many companies, for example, are members of the association?
Not just the association. The association is made up of both licensed entities and unlicensed entities.
Okay.
But, you know, as a regulator, the Bank of Ghana mostly deals with the licensed entities, which currently are numbered at 60. Wow. So we have commercial banks that are actually 23 now, and fintechs are actually 60, and there's more of them coming up. And so, and they are all licensed under the Payment Systems and Services Act, which mandates that as a fintech, you need to, have the regulatory support to undertake your activities.
Sounds very interesting. Yeah. I want you to close by telling me what future you see for the sector in a couple of minutes. How do you see the industry in, say, 10 years?
Honestly, Bernard, I can't fathom.
It's too much.
It's too big. It's too much. Because we are talking about embedded finance, where everything that you do, even your mobile apps, every mobile app or every business would have a fintech component in there. So you don't need to use cash to pay for certain goods and services. Once you, maybe, for instance, let's take going to the club, or maybe, going to have fun with your friends, and the club already, or the pub already has its own mobile app, and they have already embedded a fintech payment solution in there. Once you are done buying your drinks or whatever, and you want to check out, they automatically know how much you owe, and they debit your account of that amount. So that is where the future is going.
I see. And it's an exciting future, certainly. We've been talking to Fintech Kwame Awaga. He is a board member of the Africa Fintech Association and the president of the Ghana Fintech and Payment Association, talking to us about how fintechs are changing the way we live and work. This has been part of our honest series. Today is day 2 of our final week, which is on digital economy. We'll see you next time. Have a good morning.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Hey, so what goes into building quality structures? I mean, literally, what goes into it? Wujaf, you don't want to be sitting here somewhere worrying whether or not you did a really good job. It'd be a very simple equation. If there's no diamond cement in the mix, massa, forget it. Don't start cry. Menye, diamond cement has been providing builders, block makers, and construction companies that peace of mind for years. Diamond cement is 42.5 R grade cement, unbeatable quality made right here in Ghana. And because we have your pocket in mind, we provide 32.5 R grade so that everybody gets your own. No long talk, Jack. If there's no diamond cement in the mix, don't start. Locate Diamond Cement Ghana Limited nationwide with factories in Aflao, Takrade, and Buipe, or call 0244-313-368 or 0540-111-978 or 0202-021-175. Diamond Cement, still as hard as a diamond.
Imagine waking up to serenity every day, surrounded by nature's beauty and luxury at your fingertips in a gated estate you can be proud to call your home. Welcome to Western Villas, located at Ai Mensa, where our stunning homes redefine elegance. At Western Villas, each home is a masterpiece, designed with precision and love. From swimming pool, gym, playground, beautiful landscaped gardens, and private balconies, making every day feel like a retreat. We also have executive plots for sale at McCarthy Hill, strategically located and offer unparalleled views, easy access to amenities, and endless possibilities for executive living. With just 5% deposit, you can reserve your space. Contact us today to learn more about our luxury homes at Ai Mensa or executive plots at McCarthy Hill. Call us now on 0536 502295 or visit www.westernvillas.com for more information.
So you need a vehicle tracking system to manage your fleet. But how do you choose the right company for real results? Most tracking companies just sell you a system and leave you on your own. But at Nsroma GPS, we go beyond that. With expert consultation, real-time tracker monitoring, emergency support, and constant updates, we make sure you maximize savings and efficiency. Join hundreds of businesses that trust Instroma GPS for world-class fleet management. Call 024-676-7662 now for a free demo. Instroma GPS. Your choice, your savings.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
About the bullfruit, about the too bad, onu ye kakru, about the pano, onu ye tusa, zamana kwa ba, hurra, zamati, sumana, kura, zamukwa. Heba, I've grown up so dija, and you, you busy more from a sampa. It's all about the buff magis of the hurl. Ow! Inky kemu, heba, baby, abo fraba. Get it, huh? I can't stand it. Muntumijina. Heba. I feel good. Menya honka. Austin the good God. Nyami papa. Hey, about a sex machine. I don't know. Surukude na warenyum. Sex machine. I don't know. Surukude na warenyum. Besiana Sawyer Rock APC. Samokwajibu.
Legendary Jedouble Ambule, 39 after 9 on a Tuesday morning. Back in the studio, so many of your comments are through. We'll be bringing you some, and for those who are looking for ideas for plans, both indoor, outdoor, have a number to share with you. In the meantime, get ready for a game changer SMEs. We're introducing Yellow Biz. It's our new multi-service bundle with everything you need for smarter business solutions. It's an all-in-one package. It consists of 4G plus router with 10 gigabytes of free data, Microsoft Office 365, WebWiz, Unicorn service, all for a very good deal you don't want to miss. It will enhance. These are advanced productivity tools, powerful online presence, superior customer experience is what you get when you jump onto this. To stay ahead of the competition, call 100 or 0244 308 111. Email mtnbusiness.gh@mtn.com. Visit mtn.com.gh/business or any MTN office for your Yellow Biz and stay connected everywhere you go. Terms and conditions apply. Now, Ghana's digital landscape is evolving and you can't afford to miss it. Join us for the State of Digital in Ghana 2025. Discover the latest digital trend from mobile internet growth to the rise of social media and e-commerce. Essential insights for anyone looking to thrive in Ghana's digital economy is happening on the 27th of June 2025 and it's happening via Zoom. The time is 1 p.m. and the rate is only 250 Ghana cedis. So whether you're a business owner, marketer, or just passionate about tech, it's a session that will give you the tools to stay ahead of the game. We'll be unpacking key data and trends that are shaping the future of Ghana and showing you how to tap into these opportunities, grow and innovate. Limited spaces are available. Please, to register, dial *713*33*299#. Visit www.idm.edu.gh. Get ready to lead in Ghana's digital future. Proudly brought to you by Pop Out and the Institute of Digital Marketing. And we want to say a very big thank you to everyone who showed up at the Agri Fair 2025, to amazing farmers, exhibitors, sponsors, thousands of patrons who made your way to the Fua Sutherland Children's Park over the 3 days. We see Aiko. It was thrilling to see you. Together we celebrated agriculture, promoted farm fresh produce, and supported local agribusiness in the most vibrant way possible. We couldn't have done this without you, so thank you. Akbenami Oyiwaladon Yadamose. The Agri Fair 2025 was powered by Channel 1 TV and supported by 97.3 CDFM, proudly sponsored by Ghana Exim Bank, Legacy Crop Improvement Center, Development Bank Ghana, Agri Impact Limited, Horticulture Business Platform, Trillium Ghana Limited. Technology partner was Farmerline. So lace up. The 8th edition of the Omni Basic Bank Health Walk comes off at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium on Saturday, June 28 at 5:30 a.m. Fitness, fun, networking awaits you. For further information, call 030-708-6000. Omni Basic Bank, not just another bank. Pum, 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 pum. And Ghana's digital landscape is evolving. You can afford to miss it. Join us for the State of Digital in Ghana 2025 to discover the latest. Oh yeah. Digital trends from mobile internet growth to the rise of social media and e-commerce. Don't lose guard. It's happening on the 27th of June 2025 on Zoom, 1 p.m. and 250 Ghana cedis only is the rate. So whether you're a business owner, a marketer, or just passionate about tech, this session will give you the tools you need to stay ahead of the game. So please, this is the number to dial again in order to register. *713*33*299#. Visit www.idm.edu.gh. It's proudly brought to you by Pop Out and the Institute of Digital Marketing. Radum Zoyala. So I tell you who is in the studio. No, it's not Radum Zo. It's Cyril Amanfo. He's the general manager for Apex Consult. Cyril Amanfo, and he's here. So we talk about what's known as the Wick Conference. So Cyril, you're welcome. Good morning. Good to have you.
Good morning, Caleb.
Excellent. What's Wick?
Okay, so WIWIC is an acronym for What I Wish I Knew.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Okay.
WIWIC started on UCC campus some
Right.
years back. That will be in 2015 by a final year student, now Dr. Bernard Kwame.
Okay.
So it was to share his experience with students so that what he would have done coming from level 100 up to 400, he shared that experience with them so that they will not make the same mistakes that he did. So that's how WIWIC came about.
Nice.
And we've had speakers ranging from countries like UK, Nigeria, Ghana, coming to share their experience with final year students of universities.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, so WIWIC 2025 is happening, isn't it? Tell us about it. Where would they be? Who are some of the speakers? How much will it cost? Who is invited? Give us the lowdown.
So WIWIC 2025, this is actually our 10th anniversary, our 10th edition, and to be on the University of Ghana campus, Amegashi Hall to be specific.
Okay, business school.
Yes, business school, on the 27th of June, this
Right.
Friday,
Okay.
3 p.m. exactly.
Mhm.
The thing for this year is breaking the mold, transformation through personal experience. Caleb, want to in our dispensation nowadays, we have so many unemployed youth in the country.
True.
And we want to bring the mind of the youth to the fact that you don't wait for the government to provide for you. You can be creative in your space. Just yesterday, I was watching a video of some students that completed a College of Education some years back, and they've not been posted. and I saw a lady who was crying because she has not been posted, and it was heartbreaking. But on this same platform, Bernard interviewed someone some time back, and the person is abroad, but got someone engaged to be teaching his kids Fanti.
Okay.
So that is what we are talking about, breaking the mold, breaking the tradition. And it will be happening this Friday. We have some of our speakers. Dr. Victoria Kwakwa, she's a former vice president of World Bank. Aisha Bedwe, she's a PwC Global People Leader.
Nice.
Dr. Elikem Tamaklo, former CEO of Nyaho Clinic.
Right.
Dr. Ellen Hagan, CEO Lean Services. Ethel Kofi, tech. She's a tech entrepreneur, and Edna Frimpong. She's called a shoemaker girl.
Ooh.
She completed university and ventured into shoemaking. So that's it.
Wonderful. So, who are your target audience again? Tell us about it.
Our main target audience are final year students of the university, because they are entering in. They are vacating the university campus and into the job market. So we want to equip them with these skills to be able to do well when they go out.
Right. So this is our 10th anniversary.
Yes.
So it's a huge milestone.
It's a very huge milestone, and this year will be. We are talking about breaking the mold, right? And we'll also be doing something that we've never done before. This year, we are adding a tweak to our program lineup, where we, as Apex Consults, the Wick team, will be accountability partners to these students. So we give them the opportunity to write their goals, what they want to do, and we will serve as accountability partners to provide mentoring for them.
Oh, nice. Nice. So then, as we're doing this on the 10th, it will be good to also reflect on the impact we've made over the last decade, right?
Exactly.
Tell us some of the main, milestones that we've achieved in the last 10 years.
So over the 10 years period, we started from a classroom with 85 participants, but over these 10 years, we've been able to reach over 10,000 students who are doing well in various fields. We've provided mentoring opportunities to students who are studying outside, working with some big companies, and we have in this program 27th June, we'll have some of them speaking to students just to share their experience with them. Yes, the focus is building the future leaders.
Very important. The focus is building future leaders. So we are looking forward to it. But who are some of your partners as you're putting Wick 2025 together?
Okay. So we have University of Ghana. They've been of great support. We are doing this in partnership with them. The University of Ghana Business School. We have Absa Bank. We have Unilever. We have Audrey Gray, Entrevis, Ravens Consult, Southern Utah University in USA. We have Young Investor Network, Crescendo Consult, Bonkin Electronics, BNFT, Citi FM, Your Good Self, and Channel 1 TV.
Amazing. It's always good to
support
support great initiatives like yours. So how can anyone register to participate?
So registration is free. You don't pay anything. Thanks to the support of our partners, it's absolutely free. All you need to do is go to our socials, Apex Consult on all platforms, IG, Facebook, LinkedIn. You get the link there. Just register. And this year we are having in-person and online. So whether you are in the city, outside the city, you can join.
Wonderful. So what are the digital links we can participate in, we can use to join, since it's hybrid?
Yes, so we'll be streaming live on YouTube and on Facebook. So when you register, those links will be sent
provided.
to you. Yes, will be sent to you way ahead of time.
That's amazing. Thank you, Cyril. What will be your final word before you take leave of us, please?
Okay, so what I want to say is that the youth of today, including myself, let's get creative. Let's get creative with what we have to do. Let's not stick to the traditional way of doing things. The world is evolving.
Super.
Let's get creative with our work, our academics, with everything, and let's move Ghana forward.
Wonderful. Cyril Amanfo, General Manager, Apex Consult, thank you so much for passing through. It's been a pleasure talking to you, and thank you for all that you do with Apex and Wick. Wonderful. It's 7 minutes to the top of the hour. We have a lot of messages. Some are asking for ideas of plans to, green their spaces. Got a wonderful list from my boss, Senior William Ofe. He is a horticulturist, he's a professional in the space. So some ideas for those who want to do indoor. So he has a list for indoor and outdoor. So for indoors, they are mostly green because there is no sunshine in the rooms we have. You can use the following Sansevieria. Sansevieria is basically a snake plant. If you look it up, you will know what it is. It's quite common. So look out for that. I think I'll add that Sansevierias are both indoor and outdoor. So if you have indoor and you have a lot of space for sunshine to come in, Sansevierias do. Again, for those who say, we don't have a lot of time to be watering the plants all the time, Sansevieria is neglect resistant, so it will do great for you. There's another called Aglonema. Oh, William, what's the more common name for Aglonema? I've forgotten, but yeah, Aglonemas are also great. There is one called horseface. Horseface basically looks like contomere, but it's pointed, it's more vertical, it goes all the way down, and it gets pointed at the bottom. So it's called a horse face. When you look at it critically, it will give you the vibe of the face of a horse. Yeah, if you imagine the face of a horse, that's it. There's even donkey face as well. Look out for that. Peace lilies. William, peace lilies are difficult. Yeah, but you should try peace lilies. When they bloom, they are great, but they can take a long time before they do. But you should get yourself a peace lily. It's great. Now, ZZ plants are amazing. You can have them in your office space. You can have them in your living area. ZZ plants are wonderful. They will add a touch of luxury and, elegance to your space. Look out for monsteras. I mentioned that a bit earlier. Monsteras are more commonly called Swiss cheese plants. There are variegated monsteras. That is when they have other colors. So it's green, but it has a touch of white in some places when they are fenestrated. Yeah, monsteras are wonderful. Dracania, I've seen that, but I don't easily recall. Okay, so some messages here. I'll come to some outdoor plants that William provides. There's Izora, Euphoria SPP, there is Blue Moon, Alamanda, there is Pandanus, there's Spider Lily. Good, I know Spider Lily is quite common, it does well. There is Heliconia. Some of these I don't know. I have to look them up myself. But the Blue Moon, I think I have an idea. It becomes like a vining plant, gives you that kind of thing. When you have a pergola, it can fill up. Is that it, William? Some messages. I also have an issue with road contractors because they don't even think of making pedestrian walkways. When you go for a walk or you run, you have to do that on the road. That's correct. It's a problem I identify with. Good morning, East Yorkshire. Isaac from East Yorkshire says, if the local assemblies are not empowered, we can shout on top of our voices all we want and nothing will come out of it. In the UK, every assembly has a park and gardens department whose duty is to ensure all the parks are kept in good condition for recreation and other activities and no one dares to encroach on it. Within 2 miles of where I live, I can count more than 6 parks for recreation. Assemblies need that. Great. Good morning. You are really describing my home this morning. I love plants. I have plants from my porch, my hall, my bedroom, my kitchen, even my washroom. It's really refreshing to live with plants. The only disturbing aspect of it is that I get uninvited guests every now and then. And you put them in bracket. This one, Nanaja, if I mention it, people will be scared. So, but then there are times you have butterflies and birds come around because of them. No, basically Nanaja is talking about snakes, but there are even plants that repel snakes. So if that is a concern, you can't be taken care of. They smell like garlic. I don't know the name, but there are plants like that. Okay, good morning, Bernard. Urban permaculture integrates with buildings through sustainable design elements like green roofs, rainwater harvesting, and vertical farming. This approach reduces energy consumption, increases food production, and promotes biodiversity. Benefits include improved air quality, enhanced resilience, adaptability to climate change, etc., etc. An example is when you include green buildings, earthships, and permaculture gardens. By incorporating permaculture principles, building can be more sustainable and regenerative. I believe this is the way to invest in a state. This is a way to invest for estate developers and should be enforced or encouraged as Singapore is doing. George Osei from Oyarifa. George, thank you. I learned something new in that message. Oh, it's almost time. How Idris is in the studio looking bright this morning. One more, this discussion is very interesting and important. My little contribution is that in making an effort to preserve our parks and wetlands, we should ensure that we aren't invading. They aren't invaded by real estate developers. It's also important to ensure that they are not encroached by cattle rearers. That's important. Auto mechanics, that's another important part. A wetland in Teshinungwa Estate has become a rearing ground for cattle as well as working space for auto mechanics and other people who burn plants. It's the burning that I often don't understand. Why people always think a green space is up for burning all kinds of things is something I just don't get. It's top of the hour. Thank you for doing the listening. Again, there's the option for those who want seedlings to plant. Reach out and we'll be able to connect you to the Forestry Commission. Good morning to Howard with the news at 10.
Good morning, Caleb. Coming up, Okaikwe Central MP cautions MPP leadership against early presidential primaries and